Hey, you want to go get a pie, fat girl? I just want your consent before I start rolling you down the street.
They see me rolling, they hate it.
Tale of Hamthrax. Written by deleted user. Stumbled upon this subreddit today, fell in love, rascal scootered my way over to type this up, throw away because too many IRL people know my actual username. Does Hamthrax know it? Because if she doesn't know it, then I guess everything's fine. OP says, I'm a 21-year-old chick, not fit by any means, 5'6", 140 pounds, working my way down. Boyfriend's from Belgium, 25, works in IT, he's 5'10", and super thin due to being a nerd all the time. I mean, there are definitely two different archetypes of nerds. There's something to be said for the big boys, but I don't know, you made your choice, it's fine. OP says, I love him anyways. Oof, weird. So he tells me that there's a ham planet at his job who's really into metal music, henceforth referred to as Hamthrax. It's a fucking great band. Hamthrax has a really hard time keeping away from my boyfriend, apparently very into his accent. Boy is like meat wagon bait for some reason. Green text mode has been activated. Yeah, this whole thing's written kind of green text format. It's sort of an interesting artistic choice, but we'll go with it, that's fine. Over break, Estoy college student started interning at a firm, really near boyfriend's place of work. Move stuff around in my schedule to go over and have lunch with him, good girlfriend style. That is good girlfriend stuff. What they saying, clerks? There's 1,000 fine-looking women in the world. Not all of them will bring you lasagna at work. Most of them just cheat on you. I guess you could bring him lasagna at work and cheat on him, but it's a lot of effort. Boyfriend is really excited to show me the majesty that is Hamthrax. Sit down with him in a large cafeteria on the main floor of the office building. By large, I mean enough walking room between tables. Yes, I'm sure that's true for a normal human being. You could probably ride a horse through some of those gaps. Eating with boyfriend because we're both vegetarians. Or not quite vegetarians, pescatarians, actually, when suddenly there's a terrifying rumble. Earth shakes, birds fly from the trees, dark clouds approach, and a mountain of flesh starts charging at us. My face went. Big eyes, oh boy. Boyfriend has an unconventional name, kind of. It's spelled Jan, but pronounced like Jan. Ano Jan! Hamthrax emits a loud shriek and mews, Jan! You know, like Brady Bunch Jan. We nearly explode with laughter. She wobbles towards us, pushing tables aside with her enormous mountain-sized fat rolls. Greasy black hair, cake-layered makeup, wearing all black dress pants and a giant blouse that looks like she robbed a sailboat of its mast. I guess like 5'4", 350 to 400 pounds. Monstrous.jpg.
You're a little fat girl, aren't you? And I go, no. And they go, say it. And I go, I'm a little fat girl.
Yeah, that is a big girl, I'll tell you that. I'm honestly surprised to see her walking around. How is she mobile? She just got so much momentum that she slides across the floor. You better hope she never comes to a stop, because once she comes to a stop, she ain't moving no more. At this point, my boyfriend introduces me to Hamthrax. Boyfriend explains that I'm a uni student and working around here. Insta-hate in Mega Girth's eyes. Ignores me even though I offer her a hand. She plops down onto the seat to the side of us and throws what I assume is the world's largest deli sandwich onto the table. Neither of us had invited her to sit with us, but it looks like she took it upon her massive self to join us. I mean, I'll let you sit here for a few minutes. You give me some of that sandwich. One thing I do know about fat folk, they make a mean sandwich. Hamthrax unwraps the sandwich to reveal the destruction of basically an entire deli counter. More meat and cheese than I've ever seen between two pieces of bread. Oh, stop, you're making me hungry. Mayonnaise dripping from the edges, not a vegetable in sight. Well, I can't sign off on that. You need vegetables just for, like, texture, if nothing else. Put some lettuce on, a little bit of pickle. I need some crunch. Jesus, take the wheel.exe. Cream Theater immediately crams it into her mouth and starts talking with her mouth full and her chin's quaking. I like all these references to metal band. Dream Theater, Megadeth. Something tells me OP might be into a little bit of metal as well. Hamthrax tells us that she had to take out all her piercings for work again. She works as the receptionist. Keeps talking about a death metal concert that's coming up. Eyes my salad with disgust. Asks me what music I'm into. I barely have time to utter mostly rock and some Indian trance. Metallica cuts me off and starts berating me, explaining my poor choice in music to me. Oh my god, dude, I don't care. You're trying to define your personality with something that somebody else made, okay? You like Anthrax? Hey, that's great. Go enjoy it and shut the fuck up. Boyfriend is a huge trance fan, and he starts to come to my rescue. Well, he's European. Of course he loves trance. Hamthrax immediately backtracks. Oh, well, trance is pretty good, Jan. Is this the real life? .gif. Mayonnaise and cheese rolls off her face and onto the table. I close my Tupperware with my salad, feeling nauseated. Hamthrax guzzles a liter of cola and zeroes in on my food. Is that all you're gonna eat? I tell her I feel full. Oh my god, Jan! Your girlfriend's such an anorexic! How could she satisfy you? Watch out, OP! Or he might just upgrade! Yeah, I like my girlfriend so much I wanted her to weigh 500 pounds. I said take 5 of my girlfriends, smush them together.
And that's where fat girls come from.
Of course, the personality got lost in the mix a little bit, I think. My face when uncomfortable glances continues to talk about my curves and how you need to eat meat or you're not healthy. I mean, you could take supplements instead of eating meat. Me personally, yeah, I prefer to eat the meat. We all get to make our own choices. That's the craziest part of this thing called life. I spend the next 20 minutes listening to diatribes of Slayer cake while she flirts with my boyfriend. Boyfriend's eyes have become glazed over in boredom. I become worried that Hamthrax might think they're donuts and chow down. Oh, because they're glazed. Eventually the nightmare ended and we got up. She flailed around and crashed into shit and made to leave, but not before she gave boyfriend a long hug, crushing the life force from his frail bones. She smirks and waves bye to me, winking at my boyfriend. Many stories to follow. Edit. I'm glad you guys like my Hamthrax tales. I'll put up the next story sometime today. Edit 2. Have fun writing these up. Raging all the while. Here's part 2. But first, I do want to point out that going after somebody just for their weight is not a cool thing. If you're big and seeking self-improvement, I'll be right there at the forefront, cheering you on. But if you're 2 hamburgers away from a heart attack and completely unapologetic about it, trying to steal somebody's boyfriend, yeah. Now the gloves gotta come off a little bit. That's just how it goes. What if the second part's gonna be green texty too? Probably so. Let's go over there and check it out. Tales of Hamthrax 2. Ooze Fest. Yeah, she's leaking glaze out of her donut hole.
Baby, I come in a box of 12, specially glazed just for you. Hungry?
That's probably a reference to Ozfest. It's fine. First story over there, we just read it. Quick synopsis. Thin Belgian boyfriend, accent and everything, works with death metal mountain Hamthrax. She's got a thing for him. I'm visibly shaking in my human-sized clothes for losing him to this pile of flesh. Yeah, I think that's sarcasm. OP knows she ain't got much to worry about here. It's just sort of annoying. Boyfriend usually walks over to the office where I work. It's closer to the subway, so it makes sense to meet me there. One day after work, waiting for boyfriend on the sidewalk outside, and the ground begins to rumble. Small children's shrieks can be heard in the distance. See my boyfriend being followed by what appears to be a mobile building. My face when it's Hamthrax. Oh my god, please not this. Not today, I don't have the energy. She's put in her piercings and is wearing a tent with the Guns N' Roses logo painted on it. Axl Rose should pay her some Billboard royalties. Chunky lips bulging against her lip rings, wearing a skirt that shows a majestic sea of cellulite. You should tell her that she looks pretty. I think that's how pretty girls bully ugly girls. They just go, oh my god, you look so cute. When really, yeah, she looks like a Ham Planet monster. Both see me. Boyfriend has instant relief on his face that he doesn't have to wait outside this building with the blob. Annihil Eater is not excited to see my bony ass. Most definitely not. Got those good Slavic hips and a pretty round behind. Yeah, just a quick little gas up. Hey guys, my butt's awesome. Just thought you should know. Okay, thanks, OP. Poop comes out of it. I'm not interested. I'm not a huge fan of PDA usually, but with Hamthrax there, sure, why not? A little mini makeout sesh with the boyfriend. I mean, you're not doing it to do it, you're doing it to send a message, and I sort of get that. When we break apart, Hamthrax has that hunger/malice in her beady little eyes. I can't completely tell which, probably a mix of both. Oh shit, JPEG. Makes a gagging sound. I am worried that undigested food might tumble out of her gullet. You guys are so gross! I totally just lost my appetite! Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, okay, .gif. Have to walk about a block and a half to the subway. I think by lost her appetite she meant there's just a flicker, a few seconds, where she was thinking about something other than a giant bag of chips. She doesn't know what it's really like to lose her appetite. It's always waiting in the wings. It'll be right back out here. Give it a second. Hamthrax is sweating like she's carrying an ammo pack through the rice fields in Nam. The stench is unbearable. Waves of sweat roll off her as if she was the mighty Pacific Ocean itself. She talks ad nauseum about her casual lover. Casual lover? Causal lover? Probably casual. Phrasing.exe. She begins to walk next to boyfriend to make sure that he's paying attention to her. Grabs his hand and he pulls it back. Oh my god, Jan! Pronounces it as the shortening for Janet, not Jan. You're so unaffectionate! What? Continues to call him whipped by me. I don't know, OP. It's probably good you have such a tight leash. Our office is full of real women. She pats her stomach, rolls, struggling to escape the fabric of her tarp. You know what? I'll give it to you. In size, you are bigger than me. In personality, you're minuscule. You're a Lilliputian. All of this is born out of your own insecurity, and I'm just waiting for you to see that, essentially. Dying on the inside, boyfriend looks like he's about to vomit. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out, I mutter, trying not to melt into a pile of laughter. We walk past Whole Foods, and I ask boyfriend if we need to stop by to get some food for dinner. Boyfriend says he wants to pick up a couple things, hoping we can get away from our elephant companion. Tessa Meat is having none of it. She decides that she also needs to go. Our face when, why, how? Sliding doors almost catch on her curves. Yeah, the automatic doors didn't know they had to slide open super fast for her. They made the mistake of presuming she was a normal-sized human being. So like I said in the first story, me and boyfriend are pescatarian. Sorry, guys. Oh my god, are they smug? I don't eat meat just because it makes me feel sick, and I have digestive issues. He is just too lazy to cook meat, so he also doesn't care too much for it. Nothing ideological, just a dietary preference for us. I was about to say I don't care about any of that, but then I realized you're going to the grocery store. It actually does probably apply to the story this time. I could say that about last time, but then OP could just be like, we ate a salad. You don't need to explain your fucking dietary preferences to me. But okay, whatever. Here we go. Me and boyfriend try to talk about what we need. Hamthrax is not excited about being ignored, keeps shouting over us, deriding my suggestions for food. I want to get quinoa. Hamthrax is puzzled by this food name as she racks her fat-encrusted brain, trying to remember if that might be some sort of cake. No, you're thinking of quiche. It's very different. God, I love a good quiche, right? Little egg cake, cut up some vegetables for it. My God! Hamthrax doesn't know about either one. If it doesn't go into a microwave, it's completely alien to her. We head around Whole Foods. All the while, Buns and Roses moans about the hipsterness of the staff and the products in the faces of the terrified stock boys as she rumbles past. If we admit to being hipsters, will you not come in here anymore? Okay, yeah, we're totally hipsters. She's loading every carbohydrate into her cart. I grab the quinoa. Leg of Lamb of God is immediately upset that this is not the cream-filled delicacy she was thinking of. Tells me that real women need fats to help make us more fertile. Well, if that's the case, I'm surprised you're not asexually reproducing at this point. Technically true, but screw this bitch. .avi. Boyfriend says as a joke, we don't need to worry about that. Pan Pizza Terra takes this as a cue to talk about all the boys that want in on her jiggles. I mean, a lot of dudes out there pretty gross. They will hit, but don't ask them to identify themselves.
I ate everything. I ate the pussy, I ate the butt, I ate every motherfucking thing.
Apparently, yeah, there are many who want to bang those fat folds. Yep, totally. I believe it. We continue walking, her feet shuffling as her cart starts to become essentially a carbohydrate mountain. We come up to the meat and cheese section. Boyfriend gets a small pack of brie. Hamthrax dumps several blocks of cheddar into her cart. I'm not going to come after cheddar cheese, honestly. It's delicious. Great choice. Hamthrax bellows in a prehistory mammoth cry and grabs us, enveloping our wrists in her fists of fat. She pulls us to the meat counter, tells/flirts with the deli counter guy that we're veggies and second-class citizens. Tell these guys that you need meat. I don't know if you've mistaken me for a nutritionist or something, man, but I'm just the guy that works at the deli counter. I'm not going to tell anybody else what to eat, okay? This man looks like he'd rather swallow bleach than keep making eye contact with her moon face. Shrugs and asks her what she wants. Our face when she orders 3 roasted chickens. Good God. You getting prepped for the week or what's going on there? Squishnot lives alone. You can guess whose convex sinkhole will be those chickens' resting place. Yeah, but surely you're not going to eat them all today, right? Surely? Some of those are for tomorrow, right? Chicken's really good for you. I've never felt more sorry for the dead carcass of an animal. I asked boyfriend if he wants some salmon. Marilyn Munchkin interjects that fish are gross and unhealthy. What? Flack. I mean, I don't like the fishy taste. I do agree it's somewhat gross. But unhealthy? Come on now. We buy our salmon and make our way to the checkout. Hamthrax is over there just knocking stuff over. You know how in Whole Foods there's a refrigerator full of prepared sandwiches and dishes and desserts? Well, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Gastric Band sees the carrot cake, which is cut into chunks and in tubs, and says, maybe she'll treat herself. Yeah, a rare occurrence, is it? 1 tin of that can fill 2 people with a decent amount of carrot cake. She loads 4 tins into her cart. I mean, this is just simple math. How did she get as big as like 4 or 5 people? She eats like she's 4 or 5 people. We get in line. The dividers stretch to accommodate this luscious woman. Fatty Osborne starts pointing out the unrealistic body image perpetrated by Shape magazine. And honestly, a decade after this story was written, we've seen the thing go full circle. Hamthrax did have her way in society for a while because people didn't want to be called mean. Now the pendulum's finally swinging back the other way. And honestly, thank God we can finally criticize people's diet, actions, personality, without being told that we're mean. Or maybe people do call me mean. But the magic there is you don't have to give a shit.
I'm very sorry, and I apologize for the inconvenience of me not giving up.
It's all photoshopped, don't we know? They could totally make System of a Mound look that way if they wanted to. It's gonna take a lot of airbrushing. My sides.jpg. Boyfriend looks as if his face might implode from trying not to laugh. He tells me that I'd look good in a bikini on the cover of another magazine and suggests that we go swimsuit shopping for summer. Another little flex from OP. I am sort of seeing this for what it is. By the end of this, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be more annoyed by OP than by Hamthrax. Or maybe both equally. You can both suck, that's fine. He glances over at Hamthrax's puffy, pissed-off face. Cream Theater interjects, "Really? She's so flat, though. That kind of suit needs curves." Yeah, nothing says the beach like a big fat beach ball. Or bitch ball, as the case may be. Once again, I do have curves, but I'll keep silent. Sorry if this is so long. I'm almost done. Stay tuned for Hamthrax's barbecue party that we are forced to attend. I'll write that up either later today or tomorrow. I get to the checkout. It takes her cashier 10 minutes to ring up all the food. Bill must be monstrous, just like her. Queen of the 30 Stone Age. Oh, 30 Stone, that's funny. Huffs over with about 10 bags. Her fists gripping the handles so hard that moisture is leaking out of them. Gross, weird, what the fuck? It's a plastic bag, calm down. She asks boyfriend if he can take a couple. Boyfriend and I are too beta to say no, since we have 2 bags in total. At least you've accepted your beta-ness. Like, yeah, hey, look, my spine's a collapsible piece of shit. Of course we took the bags. Boyfriend takes 6, 3 in each hand. Look of pain.jpg. Thankfully, only a couple of steps to the train. She's going the opposite direction, different side of the platform. We drop the bags on the floor of the train terminal and book it. Hamthrax lashes out a mountainous arm, grabs boyfriend by the shirt, and pulls him into a hug. Yeah, this is the sort of dangers you gotta worry about when you're a twiggy little guy. Big fat Hamosaurus monsters just pick you up.
Dude's biggest lady I've ever seen.
Ah, that's a huge bitch.
I'm legitimately concerned that she's gonna try and eat him. I can see his life flashing before his eyes. Avenged 7-folds. Gives me a smug look. Boyfriend grabs me by my totally existent waist and puts my head on his shoulder. We walk down to the station. We can see Land Planet on the other side, struggling with her purchase. She tries to wave to us, and we pretend not to notice. Last thing we see as we get on our train is several people looking at her in horror as they realize that this drifting continent will be on the same train as them. Carrying capacity.query. God damn it, I'm addicted to writing these now. Well, good for you, because I'm addicted to reading them. Fat girl in a grocery store, that's always good eats. Although I do want to say that you could stop all of it. It's within your power to not be beta anymore and be like, look, nobody here actually likes you. But then this series of unhinged tales would come to an end, and I don't know if we can do that necessarily. So let's continue on and see what we have next in store. Tales of Hamthrax 3, Lollipop-palooza. I just can't quit you fat people stories. First story here, second story, aquí. I'm just gonna skip the last week on Escape from Ham Planet and jump into a muggy August day last year. Thank you to these users for more puns. Also, boyfriend is this username. Well, so much for anonymity. That's all out the window now. So, me and boyfriend are slowly roasting in our apartment when he gets a call from a coworker. Well, you like hotboxing it in there? Turning myself into a smoked sausage. There's a barbecue at Hamthrax's. She has a pool. Decisions.gif. We decide to go to enjoy some free food and cool water and, well, a giant helping of whale blubber. Is that part of a pescatarian diet? Is OP Inuit and never told us? I take my car because 9-inch Sandwich lives out in bumfuck nowhere. I have a pretty small car. Can fit 5 normal to 3 Ham Planet in training sized people in it with some squeezing. We swing by the store to grab a 6-pack, some wine, and some veggie burgers. Courtesy.mpeg. I mean, the veggie burgers are for you, but the 6-pack and wine is nice, I guess. Might need more than 6, depending on how many people's there. Whatever. We arrive to what's a small, normal-looking house with a small front yard. We hear music and people inside the backyard, so we find street parking about 3 blocks away. Pretty good find. Knock at the door. Suddenly the wine begins to ripple like crazy. Inside of the bottle, my god, Hamthrax is warping the space-time continuum. Flock of animals run out of the surrounding area looking for higher ground. Oh my god! My face when Hamthrax opens the door wearing a 2-piece string bikini. Ugh. Oh god, what are you doing? At least, I'm assuming it's a 2-piece because, yeah, I can't see the bottom. .SWS. Slowly make eye contact, wondering if we can back away without triggering a mauling of some sort. She grabs boyfriend by the collar and squeals, "Jan!" Shakes him about like a red-headed stepchild.
Come on, please, give me a hug, Nick. Please, just give me a hug. Ow!
I would interfere, but I'm transfixed by how flat Motorham's chest is, despite her flobbity-wobbity bits. Boyfriend wiggles away, tears in his eyes after the proximity to the fumes. Dude, what fumes? What? I guess it was mentioned she's greasy, so she's just like an unwashed rocker chick. You didn't even, dip yourself in the pool, you monster? The chlorine can cleanse you off a little bit. Hamthrax then eyes me in my long cover-up dress. I look good, ... Hunger crosses Allison Spanks' face as she smirks at me. No need to be shy here, OP. I'm sure you look fine under there, tee-hee. Joke's on her. I've been sweating like a motherfucker for the past month running. I smile and nod my head. She invites us inside, grabbing food from our hands like a starving Ethiopian and examining it. Realizes the burgers are veggie and swivels in the doorway. Mini tornado collects against her side and crashes against us. Oh, because of the turning. The smell hits us full force. Sweat, mold, an animal or two that had long since resigned itself to burial amongst her folds. Scent of grease and burned food hits as Fatly Crew waves her arms trying to signal some type of ham beast airstrike. Here's a quick visual of her as she starts her whelping. It's a photo of a walrus. Tells us these burgers are extremely unhealthy. And how could we bring that into her house? Holy shit, what? That gif? Explain it's just vegetables, not poison. Celtic Frosting is not having it, convinced that it's some sort of trick. Don't expect me to eat any of these, she says while cracking and guzzling one beer in front of us. Our face when? Yeah, nobody expected you to do that, Hamthrax. We then walk through her living room and kitchen. Wrappers every fucking where. The stench fades as we go into the much nicer backyard. Nice pool, large deck chairs, and a few tables. Does she use the deck chairs? Those have to be extra large. Bunch of people are there, mostly from boyfriend's work. Most people are sitting by the pool or eating. Guy from the office is manning the grill. We drop off the beer and the wine at the table and give him the burgers, to Hamthrax's great irritation. She's really willing to die on the veggie burger hill. I also think that they kind of suck. I personally don't want to eat it, but if somebody else chooses to, go ahead. Hey, more for you! We walk over to some friends. Hamthrax huffs next to us, trying to convince boyfriend to take off his shirt. Boyfriend is not feeling this idea. She starts desperately pawing at his chest. Enough! .jpg. I ask boyfriend if he wants to go into the pool with me. A couple of other friends decide to join us. I take off my cover-up and watch morbidly obese Angel take in my slimmer physique. Her face went, "Oh yeah, now she's mad. We're getting real amped up." Boyfriend and some bros cannonball into the pool. I follow. Boyfriend tries to catch me as I jump in. Misses slightly, gets my legs, but not my ass. Cute shit, dot move. We're just splashing about, laughing with people when waves begin to lap up more frequently against our bodies. Oh god, the tsunami's on its way! We are worried that a truck has broken through the gates and is heading for the pool. Nope, just rolling 30 stone, approaching us in what I assume is supposed to be a sexy strut. Looks like each limb of her body is trying to jump ship in unison. Her chins roll up, so she bears resemblance to a fleshy bundle of newspapers. She starts pathetically jogging to the edge of the pool. Oh God, Yahweh! Our faces are a portrait of horror as it dawns on us what will happen next. I warned you already! We're too late. Her body's approaching the water at what is now a remarkable speed. Yeah, that momentum's a hell of a thing. Our eyes lock onto the gelatinous jiggle pile, dreading impact. But nothing compares to the sheer panic when we realize where she will land. Yeah, boyfriend has to catch me too. Surely it won't shatter his elbows and make his arms unusable forever. Now look at my boyfriend. His pupils have dilated, his body rigid. She is on a direct course to his fragile body. Yeah, you're not going to want to stay rigid for this. You're going to snap like a twig. You got to go noodle mode. Loosey-goosey! I whisper, "I love you." And all I can do is watch the horror unfold. He blanches. I'm too far from him to pull him to safety. Like an agile dolphin, he dodges quickly to the left. My chemical Rome mincemeat pie crashes into the pool. I have never, nor will I ever hear a sound as wrenching and painful as the one made by her bare thigh meat as it collided against the water. Yeah, it sounds exactly like a belly flop, but it's just her thigh. If she actually did a belly flop, I'm pretty sure it would create a sonic boom that would cause the earth to crack apart. The neighbors are now looking over the fence, wondering if North Korea did in fact launch that nuke. Me and my boyfriend cling to each other, hoping that we will survive the tidal waves that are now trying to pull us under. Judas Beast rears her head, her non-existent titties flapping against her stomach. And now it's all wet too. Oh no! She starts bouncing up and down in the water, giggling and adjusting her bottoms. At least, I hope that's what she was doing. I mean, she probably was adjusting her bottoms or attaching diving weights so she doesn't, capsize. Because sometimes being buoyant is a curse as well as a blessing. She doesn't notice the havoc that she's just wreaked upon her own pool. Puddles of water slosh out onto the ground. People have stopped eating as her tees echo through the yard. Rage against the diet machine zeroes in on boyfriend and me and trundles up to us. "Hey, Jan! Wanna play chicken?" Who's getting on your shoulders? Oh, you want to get on my shoulders? No, thank you. I'm not actually a forklift. I have a weight capacity, you see. We scramble out of the water so fast that we almost shatter the water molecules, and we run over to the grill to eat. Should have known that this would be the worst place to hide. Yeah, hurry, get next to the food! My face when she heaves her carcass from the water and lumbers towards us, glistening like a freshly beached whale. Oh yeah, well, hello there. I think we all know what happens next. She bakes in the sun and explodes. As all freshly beached whales are wont to do. OP says we turn away to get some food. The grill man quickly tells us to stay away from the potato salad, as Hamastodon made it. But why, bro? I loved potato salad. Come on. She's probably just dumping fistfuls of Crisco into it. I find the creation he's describing in a giant tub. It has more bacon and mayonnaise in it than I have ever seen in my life. Sounds kind of lit, honestly. I'd like a little bit of onion in there, just to really set it off. And also, you can't eat too much because there's like 1,000 calories in a spoonful, but I'm pretty down for that potato salad if I'm honest. OP steers clear though, grabs a salad and some corn on the cob, asks the grill man to throw on those veggie burgers and see that people actually have been eating them. Our face when. Oh. This whole party's full of sick people as far as I'm concerned. Why would you ever choose a veggie burger over like some actual meat? See, now I sound like Hamthrax. But maybe it is a hill I'm willing to die on. I'm still undecided. The Rumbles signal Cream Theater's return. Slams next to boyfriend, grabbing corn cob off table, starts sucking on it. Our face when she winks at boyfriend and sneers at the patties on the grill. Oh my god, total eye roll moment. She asks for 2 patties and a sausage. Watch children of bacon assemble a genocide of a burger. Hand goes toward mayo and chokes that bottle like it killed her entire Ham Planet family. Puke.avi. Ziggy Bacon Dust in the Ham Planets like Mars chows down at a disgusting speed, and all we can do is watch. Boyfriend asked me if I want to go soon, because, yeah, this is turning into Stalkerfest 3000. Death Race Burger King starts whining about how, oh, we can't go yet! They're gonna have a wet t-shirt contest soon! Oh, darn, yeah, sorry I gotta miss that one. Jesus, take the wheel, Fleck. We want to leave, but Hamthrax guards us aggressively, so we take a beer and go sit down by the pool, praying that she won't follow. Thankfully, she doesn't. Instead, we watch her scuttle over to the iPod dock. She starts playing Beyonce's Crazy in Love and dancing. And by dancing, I mean gyrating so hard that several chairs gravitate over and join her orbit. No. Smarshmallow Mouth has gone too far now. If she was just having a good time, I'd say, hey, great, let her dance, you know? But I'm pretty sure she's doing all of this with an ulterior motive. So yes, strike her down for great justice. Okay, I'm sorry if this is unbearably long. At this point, I was just seriously tired of her crap, and I wanted to book it out of there, but one of my boyfriend's friends needed a ride and was trying to get a female coworker to hang out at his place. And me and boyfriend were kind of wingmanning him up, so we decided to stay for maximum 1 more hour. It's not worth it, honestly. I know you're trying to do the thing and come in clutch and whatnot, but you gotta think of yourself first. He's a big boy. I'm sure he can get into her pants by himself. While watching the jelly-wobbling show in horror, someone approaches us and asks us if it's true we have a car. Apparently, Behemoth didn't think to buy any beer for everyone else, and the party is getting more sober by the second. Oh no, there's only one solution. B-double-E-double-R-U-N-B run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N-B run. All you need is a 10 and a 5-er, cars and the keys of a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N-B run. That's MVP plays, honestly. And I hate to take this moment to told you so, but yeah, 6-pack, it ain't enough. What, are you out of your mind? We volunteered to drive over to somewhere to grab some booze with the guy who asked, and we make our way out to the car. Meet Sled Zeppelin sees us leaving and immediately runs at us, demanding to come, even though she has no idea where we're going. Soaking wet Fat Benatar says she's gotta go get beers because she's really knowledgeable about that stuff. I believe her, honestly. If it contains calories, she probably knows something about it. Especially empty calories. Alrighty then, .mp4. We make Snack Sabbath put a shirt on and grab some towels to accommodate her sopping wet tundra of an ass. There are 4 of us, and boyfriend calls shotgun with the vigilance of a man knowing the fate that will await him if he dares sit within 2 feet of her. I mean, just be careful if she decides to sit behind him, because that is still within 2 feet. And then OP's like, get your fucking hands off him or I'll crash this car right now! Then the most beautiful thing happened. Chin Lizzie couldn't get into the Prius. She could not even fit into the car. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. She followed it up by kicking the car and saying, "It was a bullshit piece of trash! It probably wasn't even safe to drive!" All of my sides dot help. I mean, she's gonna blow the suspension out. Yeah, then it won't be safe to drive. Jesus, this is a novel. She stalked back home humiliated and self-righteous. We got beer, got back, grabbed our 2 friends, and managed to dip out while she was in the bathroom doing God knows what. Crying, eating and crying.
Today we're having french fries.
Later, boyfriend got an angry text about leaving before giving her a hug. Yeah. Stay tuned for more tales of Hamthrax. Boyfriend will come home in the evening and hopefully help me out with the next one. Pool parties can be a lot of fun, but yeah, you knew for a fact whose house you were going to. It was never going to turn out well. I'll go to the public pool, you know? Swing through the Wiener Schnitzel, get some chili dogs, chili burgers, hop in the pool once I'm all smeared with the chili. That's the nice thing about public pool. You don't have to worry about cleanup. Don't actually do any of that. I feel compelled to continue on into part 4 because there's 8 parts, so this will divide it up nicely. Let's get it in there. Let's rock and roll. Tales of Hamthrax Part 4. Scary Monster and loads of Sprite. Oh, McDonald's Sprite? That shit is lit. I'm also proud of this OP for doing the Roman numerals correctly, which the Moby Vic OP couldn't seem to grasp. Hello, my BBWs. What? I'm back, and I've dragged my boyfriend in front of the computer, and we're doing this one together. Prepare for some good old-fashioned Hamthrax action. Thank you to everyone who contributed puns. It's just getting better and better. All your comments have us rolling on the ground like Hamthrax after a chair malfunction. Whatever, it's probably a piece of trash that's not even safe to sit in. Although I'll admit I've malfunctioned a few chairs in my day. My giant American ass over here in the Philippines. I don't want to talk about it. So after a good month of having our lunches interrupted by the seismograph wobbling Hamthrax, it's decided that we need to find a more covert lunch spot. We figured that any place near a salad bar would work. We decide on a park, because grass might confuse Tank Zappa into staying away. Yeah, it's essentially vegetables just growing out of the ground. And that's different from how regular vegetables do it. It's also on a hill, so yeah, no way the lettuce dodger could make it up there without her gale force breathing, alerting us to the oncoming fructose storm. I love that sentence. First day, all is good. Alice in fast food chains doesn't spot us. Ninja.exe. Now you're mastering real ultimate power. Shocking lack of beached whale boys for a week, and we start feeling pretty safe. Monday rolls around like white cake fighting her sleep apnea. In the park, eating lunch, having a good time. Cute shit. .mpeg. Then we feel a disturbance in the gravitational force. Birds leave nearby trees. Somewhere, a mountain goat brays its warning. Either Odin is coming down to smite the unworthy, or we're about to have our romantic spot nuked by spam. I think we all know the answer, don't we? Sure enough, deep labored breathing starts creeping over the hills. A fog of Cheeto dust rolls in, and we are instantly immobilized. Then we hear the voice coming from an orange mist so thick that it usually only inhabits Jersey Shore. Jen! My face when we realize we've been compromised. I don't know how things like this can happen. Why do things like this happen to people like me? Jimmy Hamthrax appears, lugging what is sure to be a deli lunch with more mayo than the Dutch population consumes annually. Woo! Belgian slam! Leave those Belgians alone! Mayonnaise is delicious! She spots us and trundles over, struggling, as most cows do, when their hooves are jammed into 4-inch heels. What the fuck is she wearing? .xls. Apparently, Ham Halen has forgotten that she is a planet, and she is wearing a skirt shorter than her impulse control. Jesus. The blazer button is holding on for dear life as she jiggles over to our park bench. We can practically hear the fabric screaming. Our face when we realize she must have found the only clothing store that sells suits in tent size. Haha, well memed, my friend. Boyfriend instinctively flinches as she nears, knowing it's only a matter of time before he will be forcibly parted from his air supply by a lard-coated hug. We get the death stare from those cold, piggy eyes, not unlike those knowing that they were destined for the slaughterhouse. Bitch knows I look good, .wave. She puts her sausage fingers on my boyfriend's knees. Yeah, them some big fingers. Her reaction when... She starts in on my recent weight loss. Only women who don't have character or talent lose weight, OP. What? Does being fat, I guess it does give you character. And yeah, I guess you do have a talent for inhaling inordinate amounts of food. Why don't you go join a hot dog eating contest and leave me the hell alone? Those of us who have really good personalities can be loved for who we are and not for who we pretend to be. Pretend to be. What the fuck? Gotta be pretty on the inside. How long do you think you can keep starving yourself? That isn't right, Jan. Nothing about this girl is pretty. Least of all, her insides. True, and the layers and layers of visceral fat honestly have nothing to do with that. It's your soul that's ugly. We eat in silence, however. Boyfriend looks close to homicide/intestinal distress. Poor man had his fill of Hamthrax already. Holds eye contact as Iron Mayo swallows an entire sandwich. This man has the strength of 1,000 suns, similar to Hamthrax's BMI. Vegeta, what does the scouter say about her BMI?
It's over 9,000!
Hamthrax invites us, i.e. Jan, to a metal concert. Some no-name band who apparently all had a shot at her deep-fried spring rolls. Our face when she starts describing their dongs. It's disgusting. We cheerfully decline, saying that we have things to do. Trans-Siberian Porchestra immediately attacks me for being a boy hogger. Yeah, better a boy hogger than a literal hog. Listen, OP, it's not good to be so controlling. Yep, Amazon. Tell her, I think it's weird that she would invite Jan to a concert in front of me without assuming that he'd take his long-term girlfriend. Well, I don't know you like I know Jan. Still pronounces his name like a drooling American trash bin. Her face when... You don't know me! And that's true, Hamthrax, I don't know you, but I know enough to know that I don't want to know you. Red Hot Pockets is now bubbling over with rage, staring at me. Mascara starts to run down her mayo-streaked face. Oh, what an image. Direct sunlight is the best disinfectant. Take this time to calmly stand up and throw away the rest of my food. Think my boyfriend will follow, unaware that he is caught in Skid Roll's orbit. Bits of snack food encircle her middle in a graceful dance of gravitational attraction. I look back to see boyfriend paler than Red Velvet Cheesecake Revolver's pillow arms, and I suggest that we head back. Hamthrax is not finished with her lunch, and she is now faced with the ultimate fat logic dilemma. Eat food or keep stalking prey in hopes of sexual conquest. Honestly, I don't think lunch ever ends for her. She just continues eating. Walking down the street, she's hoovering up crumbs off the sidewalk. Ants hate her. Yeah, she eats the ants too. She's a literal monster. We see the chocolate-covered gears churning in her shaggy, greasy threads of hair. Makes the only decision a ham beast can, and keeps on feasting as we walk away. Powerless against the magic of Doritos. My face when she gurgles, "Bye, babe!" Oh yeah, see you later. Enjoy your triple bypass. We had way too much fun. We'll definitely write another one. Stay tuned. Edit. We know she's a parasite who needs to fuck off, but we're pretty amused by it. And when we want to get away, we get away. Because it's not that hard. Yeah, just speed walk. She doesn't have the endurance for all that. I'm just sharing some funny stories here, so no need for concern. These are also in the span of a year, not really a daily occurrence, so she doesn't follow us home or anything. Part 5 is split up into 2 parts. Well, that throws a wrench into my whole plan, but you know what? I have heartily enjoyed it. It's not as bad as Moby Vic. We didn't sink down to the deepest depths. It's just a really fat pick-me girl following around OP's boyfriend while OP goes, I totally have cars, I'm super hot too. Yeah, I believe that. All the hot girls post on Reddit. God damn it. Nailgun.avi.
Let me shoot an apple off your head.
I don't have an apple on my...
Hello, friends. Trace amounts of science. Today we're picking Hamthrax back up. I know, a Herculean feat indeed. But people seem to enjoy, like, the band references and such. Hamthrax probably was the best one, but there was also Meat-Talica and Queens of the 30 Stone Age. So yeah, this writer's got a lot of talent. And today we'll explore it just a little bit more. If you missed the first part, that link in the description. Here we go. Tales of Hamthrax 5, Elevator to Heaven, Part 1. See the subparts, always with the sagas and the subparts. I enjoy it, honestly. It's just more content. Once again, I come bearing tales of delightful Hamthraxian shenanigans. I can't even begin to describe the level of mastery of fat band puns I have witnessed in these 4 comment threads. I wish I could credit each and every one of you, but alas, there are far too many, and I am paralyzed with laughter and also time constraints. Sorry for the hiatus, we've both gotten bogged down with work. Also, thank you for your concern, but just keep holding. We promise there's a satisfying end to all this. You just gotta savor the calorie-laden cringe. As always, boyfriend is user not Belgian but Dutch. Be me and my boyfriend. Be invited to boyfriend's company holiday party. I haven't seen Hamthrax for almost 2 months. I stopped interning/visiting boyfriend at lunch. Heartbroken.sws. Boyfriend has told me Flatulence in the Machine is still trying to entice him with her gorgeous flowing fat rolls. Yeah, that's a lot of squish. Shaking in my boots.mpeg. December in New York, cold as Eskimo balls. We're doing stuff and arrive late to the party. Oh, stuff is italicized. It's good that you prioritize that. Who gives a shit about a company party, honestly? I hope OP doesn't feel alienated and start going off and coloring with crayons, as did happen in one of our hateable Reddit OP posts. Anyways, upon entering the threshold, we immediately sense that something is wrong. There's a disturbance in the force.avi. Everything is quiet. A few people huddled around the punch bowl. Yeah, let's get this party rocking, huh? You guys having a good time? I walk up to them and say hello. Coworkers greet us and try to fill us in on what had just happened. They can only utter the creature's wretched name before the air becomes dense. The smell. Oh God, the smell permeates every pore of our bodies. What's the smell? Is this what Beijing in the summertime smells like? Stale fries, week-old warm mayonnaise, undigested matter. Writing utensils roll off of cubicles. Somewhere in the distance, a chair snaps under the possibility of encountering what is currently thudding for us. Yeah, I think we all knew that this was a distinct possibility. My spine is crinkling in anticipation. My face when, not like this, cheese sticks appears like the plus-sized ghost of my nightmares. Oh, look at you, just smelling as wretched as ever. My eyes, .docx. While everyone's dressed somewhat conservatively, Blob Zombie is wearing an American Apparel dress that a person-sized creature wouldn't feel uncomfortable in. Form-fitting, blob-tight, and open back. Oh yeah, the back boob, that's what really... The milkshake that brings all the boys to the yard, yeah. I'm pretty sure they was talking about back boob.
Visual stimulation of missionary meets the emotional detachment of doggy style. Patent pending. Wazza!
Blind me now, Jesus! .jpg. Fellow Office Ham Planet is trailing behind her. Marvelous specimen of nature. Has both no neck and a mountainous lion's mane of fat around her face. I mean, there is a neck. We can see it on the x-rays, but it's buried real deep. We tried working her over with a ReddX Industries brand lead pipe, but nothing to it. She's so well protected. She could plummet off a building and land on her neck and walk away. Stunning effect of just this giant oval pie face. Let's call her side dish. Our face when we realize this is the beginning of something beautifully horrendous. Oh, it's clear that some shit's been going down, but now that Twisted Sizzler has shattered the atmosphere with her awesome curves, I can't ask about it. I mean, you could. Some might consider it rude.
What's the matter?
You're old, you know.
What?
But it also might save you from an interaction with Hamthrax. She doesn't want to sit here and listen to people recount her events of horror. Also, on another side note, I really miss Sizzler. I had some fond memories of Sizzler as a child. You guys ever go to Sizzlers?
Go with Sizzler. We go with Sizzler.
Anyway, the air becomes thick with the friction of thunder thighs. The dragon's maw opens, and out comes the screeches of hundreds of partially digested McDonald's meals. Our face when, Mother of God, Hamthrax carves a path of destruction towards us. The stench of booze can be easily identified on top of all her other olfactory crimes against humanity. Finishes the monumental jog of 10 feet with glistening beads of sweat rolling off of her 5 head. You look so good in a suit! Just delicious, right, side dish? Side dish nods hungrily. Now we're surrounded. And yes, it only does take 2 of them to completely surround us. Please don't eat me, .N logo. Swedish Fish goes to grab his collar. I smack her hand away. My face when my hand is now covered in grease. Oh, no you didn't, bitch. Look in Hamthrax's eyes suggests someone just took her precious mayo reserves and poured them right down the drain. Oh, it's like Donkey Kong's banana horde, but more gelatinous. Do you have something to say, OP? The anger and constipation is evident in rage against the vending machine's asthma-laden voice. If you have something to say, then say it. Say it? Fine, I fucking will. Taking a line from a fantastic slam poet.
You see, I have a policy about honesty and ass-kicking, which is, if you ask for it, then I have to let you have it.
Honestly, not a bad line. Not a bad way to go through life. I don't think you should have to ask for honesty, but yeah, sometimes it is hard for strangers to stomach. Take a deep breath, and I am unready to unleash my fury when super power weight and flab smirks. I didn't think so. What I say, side dish? Skinny, curveless girls lose an inch off their spine with every pound they lose. That doesn't make any sense. Because you're growing horizontally, your spine has more room? No. Maybe in diameter, but not lengthwise. There's no more room for extra vertebrae. If you do, it's a problem. It's the worst analogy in the world. But OP gets mad. Fucking what did you say, .murder? Side dish wants to diffuse the homicide that is brewing. Spits out, listen, Rube got Rubes. You need to stop depriving yourself. You can't be a good girlfriend if you're starving. They share tee-hees, and now everyone else's main activity is fighting back the bile that is stirring in our tracheas, just like the Loch Ness Monster. He is out there, but we don't get to see him yet. Okay, at this point, I'm angry and frustrated, not because they were making some half-assed attempt to steal my long-term committed boyfriend, who I live with. I mean, come on. This is just fucking stupid, but they're putting me and the countless hours I spent on the track giving myself shin splints in the name of health and strength down, and acting like they're superior for being real women, which I am clearly not. But I'm a fucking adult, and I'm riding high on willpower and boyfriend's constant side glances of rage, anger, poorly concealed giggling. TLDR, I'm an adult! Ground cake. I threw it on the ground.
I'm an adult! I threw the rest of the cake too!
Love it. I mean, OP doesn't have any problems with self-esteem. We saw in the first few posts, she's like talking sort of high about herself while also talking down about Hamthrax. But personally, I don't think that this is over the line. You got shin splints. Bless the shin splints. Kept me from going to Nam. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay, deep breath. Walk away from the cankles. See cupcakes on table, guarded by one of boyfriend's closer office friends. Go over to help myself to a sugary pile of calories. Ask bro, what's up? Bro gives me a sad look and recounts the horrors of the hours past. Yeah, tell me all about it. Dish out the juice. Some sweet office drone had made enough cupcakes so that everyone could have two. This poor broad had made decent-sized, expertly frosted, delicious cupcakes, and all she asks in return is a fair rationing of the goods. Fucking decent human being even frosted people's names onto them. She's not an office drone, she's an angel. Who would do that? She went above and beyond. If you upset her, I will kill you. While everyone is appreciating the efforts of this woman, Def Lap Band was just, I the shit out of those delicate, innocent pastries. Native American tear shed .gif. Everyone takes their time with eating them and complimenting the woman's baking. Blob Dylan just shoves the whole thing in her mouth, chews unceremoniously, and pops the second one into her dump truck of a gullet. Obviously then demands some more. Gee, you are a monster.
You're horrible! You're an irredeemable monster!
It's like a dog. You ever give a dog like a nicely cooked steak and they just wolf it down in 3 bites? Come on. This is what's supposed to separate us from the animals. The baker responds to Hamthrax that she only made enough for 2 servings. Resident office straight talker suggests that Hamthrax should have eaten them slower. Just facts. Mayo Hem is in rage mode now and screams at the woman. They weren't any good anyway, and who even makes cupcakes that small? My face when I notice the cupcakes are larger than my fist. Steve Buscemi shaking his head. He's disgusted! Even like a child's birthday cupcake is a 2-bite affair. Hamthrax is just a monster. The baker's incredibly upset and runs into the bathroom. People start yelling at Pearl Spam, attempting to elicit guilt or shame or even empathy, and this is all in vain. The flaming Chips begins to cry, screaming that it is her fault that she has a real... Someone needs to nail gun that word right out of her head. Appetite! And that this is America! And she can eat however much she wants! Nailgun.avi.
Hey, Sam, let me shoot an apple off your head.
I don't have an apple on my head.
Nail gun!
It is a Whitest Kids You Know reference. I'm so excited, OP. That's wonderful. And while Hamthrax is right that this is indeed America, and you can indeed eat however much you want, the stipulation there is that you need to be able to afford it. You were given 2 cupcakes. A normal human being might save one for their partner or a parent or somebody they care about. The only person Hamthrax cares about is herself. This is why you're gonna end up old and alone, and that part doesn't even register for her. So Hamthrax's howls bring side dish to her side, White Castle knighting her like her third before lunch snack depended on it. What are they, hobbits? I enjoy a good second breakfast as much as the next man, but at some point we have to draw a line in the sand. They both clomp off into a cubicle where KFC sound system manages to wail at a volume that ensures tinnitus for all of the people. These are the people that she works with? I guess they know at this point. I want to talk to the boss. What's his rationale for even keeping her on board? Generous.e-views amid the cries of "my curves" and "my thyroid." Pick one of them, you fat cow. The poor baker had to be coaxed out of the bathroom and promised that there would be a guard placed at the sugary treats. So much office drama going on. I hate it. Hamon Hamarth recovered from her emotional wounds quick enough to try and pillage the cupcake table. Office Bro was not having it, and now bared the spit stains and grease handprints of combat. A fine sacrifice in the name of justice. Valhalla smiles on you and the cupcake table this day. The true battle scars are more emotional, as we well know, and we wish him luck with his PTSD. As I absorb this story, and also some frosting, a realization dawns on me, and it brings panic. Boyfriend is not next to me. Oh shit, ninja.pdf! My face when I realize that he is still caught in the gravitational pull of Jimmy Endless Buffett. Oh my god, whoa! Grab a cupcake for him from the weary front linesman and make my way back into the saturated fog of war. The ham beasts are now trying to get him to tell them which one is cuter, and apparently this is not an option. Nope. One look at the cupcakes, and both of the Absorbalofts are consumed with more lust, hunger, and desire than my skinny, accented, lovely man could ever elicit. That's right, he's just a human being. How can you compete with sugar and saturated fat? Monkey brain like, I eat more. John Bond Juvenile Diabetes is stunned with both cravings and hatred for me. Clearly trying to work out if I know the story. Decides to chance it and asks me sweetly if I could bring her one. Lol, what? That ham beast? Sorry, I heard there was a limit on them. You've already had your share. And I look her dead in the eye. Watch a French fry swim past her pupil. Can't run DMC huffs and nearly passes out from the amount of physical exertion maintaining her pout takes. I mean, to be fair, her cheeks are probably really heavy. Well, it looks like you're gonna eat too also. and Hamthrax gives me a glower. I pass boyfriend the other cupcake and raise an eyebrow. Hamthrax flushes, starts in on how I must have lost at least a bra cup size because of my anorexia. Boyfriend looks into those greasy eyes with a straight face. Let's hope she doesn't lose any more. Her chest might become even smaller than yours. Kaboom! I had to split this up because it's too long, so the other half is over here. I don't have a whole lot to even add to it. I'm just sort of enjoying the ride. Although I will say I'm super excited that OP's into Whitest Kids You Know. Like, I knew we understood each other's comedy, but now it's only been confirmed. Anyway, Tales of Hamthrax 5, Elevator to Heaven. That's part number 2. Hamstein looks like she's going to faint. Knees are clearly buckling. Mom Spaghetti.mp3. Hamthrax, if you can recall from previous stories, has really small boobas compared to the rest of her. They're more like flat slabs of ham. Ugh. You got them hangers? Them pizza titties? That's fine. Some people are probably into that. But it is a really unfortunate way to describe it. I grab boyfriend by the arm and walk away. Determined to have the last word in conversation, we steer clear. Are pretty successful until one of the office people announces that they finally have the karaoke machine working. Oh god, now it's time to go home, isn't it? Like, if I can't drink, I'm not going to do or enjoy watching other people karaoke. Does this office function have an open bar? I'm gonna put some acid in the punch and really turn this thing up a notch, you know? That could be a lot of fun. Look around the office and see into each other's souls! Wait, what? Weird 90s karaoke setup hanging out in the back of the room. This is bad on its own, made worse due to copious drinking as a coping mechanism to daft fat fucks behavior. Oh, there are drinks. Well, this could be a pretty fun night. Not looking forward to awarding the drunkest performance of Eye of the Tiger Achievement Badge tonight, but this is not even the final form of horror. For who pushes past the crowd of drunk coworkers but Fleetwood Big Mac? Slobbering and drunk. My turn! My turn! Dear God, doth strike me down. Does she really have to so consistently ruin everything? Why are people not calling her out on this? It's a workplace party, you monster. Maybe it's time for you to pack it in. Go home, okay? A couple people are obviously contemplating ending it all. Fight or flight takes hold as some try to move away from the inevitable destruction of whatever holiday song she will choose. One woman has sunk to her knees in quiet, gut-wrenching prayer. Maybe she should have the voice of an angel, you know? Little Susan Boyle situation. Everybody's like, oh, she can sing, but she's ugly. How can she?
Ring, wang, willy, 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 willy,
Hammy Hagar is now tightly gripping the mic, grease dripping from her fingers down the plastic cord and puddling in front of our feet. That is a tripping hazard. She's gonna slip and fall off the stage, and that'll be so funny. Maybe she's got those poop boots that Gigi Allen used to wear, you know, so you don't slip and slide around in your own fluids.
The singer took his own feces, began throwing it at people, and eating it.
It's very important for a stage show like Gigi Allen had. Our face when a grease fire is a lit cigarette away. Oh no! And I've been drinking. Time for smoke. Mercifully, there is no sound in the machine. Breathe a sigh of relief and turn back to the party activities. Close call. But there ain't no rest for the wickedly thin, and the crackle of a live mic shoots through the room. Oh man. Yeah, sometimes close calls are more like near collisions, you know? The worst is yet to come. .mp3. Chocolate Milk Hotel is now primping her luscious strands of hair, getting ready to destroy some beloved Christmas tunes. I love you, Jesus Christ. Here's a neutral Milk Hotel reference. Oh my god, we're so on the same wavelength right now. You kind of blow my mind right now. Chocolate Milk Hotel. My face when death metal blares through the speakers. OP gave it a facepalm. I say, fuck yeah, raining blood. Death Hips has evidently decided to liven this party up with what I assume is the last mechanical breaths of a keytar and a trash compactor. Her mouth makes sounds that I didn't really know existed. Wants attention, gets it. Everyone is looking at her in complete horror. Somebody make it stop. Pull out a gun and make it stop.
Why, oh God, why?
60-something accountant looks like someone just ended his entire family. Dire Weight is really giving this her all, shaking that voluminous mass like it's trying to escape her orbit. Wonder if she'll combust into a puddle of grease or ketchup. Even Side Dish looks apprehensive about this turn of events. Looks like her valiant efforts to appease the volcano of flesh have backfired. Yeah, just get all this anger and hatred inside. I gotta get it out. Especially in front of people that I work with. Yeah, what'd you say in that last part? That's the part that probably makes it not a great idea. So now we are all doomed to burn in the ashes of Mount Fleshzuvius. The discordant wails wear off. Amplified breathing fills the room. Uh-oh. Call the medics. Bananas Foster the People is huffing and wheezing, intently choking the mic with her fists. No, seriously, she might be having a heart attack. Puts it down, wobbles away into a nearby wooden chair, aims herself and throws her entire planet mass into the chair. Hey, you guys want to see if I can jump all the way down these stairs and land on my side? You're only doing this because you're going to regret it tomorrow. Then again, like I said, she's resistant to a lead pipe. She's probably resistant to a wooden chair. The poor piece of furniture gives a cry. We all know what's coming next before it happens. The initial crack is followed by an ungodly thump. It finally happened. And 85% of the office is too drunk not to burst into laughter. You did this to yourself. You wanted to be the center ring, and here you are. It's just so wonderful, dude. ZZ Top the Scales is sitting on the floor, red-faced, in a pile of shattered wood. Oh no! What have you done to Pinocchio? He was about to be a real boy. Two realizations hit her fat skull at once. One, she has precisely one friend here at the moment, Side Dish, and even she is clearly mortified by this turn of events. Any people who tolerated her before are now angry because of the cupcake incident. Two, she can't get up alone. Just leave her there. A memory, a ghost of the tragedy that nobody ever wants to become. Thoughts passing through her chocolate-covered brain are clearly a rarity, and her face contorts. She begins weeping, blubbering nonsensically. Calls out to Jan to help her get up. Boyfriend is obviously torn, too polite to outright refuse, simply stares back at her in bewilderment. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with this. Stuck in the doors, starts thrashing from side to side. My face when she lets out a howl of pure rage, and Side Dish is immediately at her side, yanking up fat rolls. It's kind of funny though. It's pretty funny though, isn't it? Everyone is mesmerized by the orca whale's majestic dance Eventually, Hamthrax makes it back onto her feet. Her knees weep deeply. What does that mean? Like she cut her legs open? Alright, somebody roll her to the hospital. Just leave her in front of the emergency room and knock on the door. Me and boyfriend are just recovering from our rib-cracking laughter. Tears stain my face. Streetlight meaty fisto locks onto us. Barrels at us like we're an open buffet. Our face when there are still pieces of wood stuck to those majestic thighs. You mean like embedded in them? But yeah, I also have no significant reaction, just like OP's reaction image. Before we can react, there are 2 sweaty hams on my chest and I'm stumbling backwards. One of the office bros grabs me before I crash into a wall. See boyfriend launch at Paul McCartney and the Bingo Wings and shove her back. Her pudgy face looks almost human in its shock. She made me fall! My face when. Bitch, what? People look at her in utter disbelief. You broke the goddamn chair! Boyfriend is now furious. Hammy Davis Jr., the cunning fox, rethinks her blame strategy as fast as those deep-fried gray cells let her. Erupts, she was laughing at me! And grease starts to leak from her eyeballs. Oh wait, sorry, those are tears. I mean, they probably do have more grease in them than regular human tears. Who wasn't laughing? You can't treat people like this, you giant holy terror! Boyfriend looks like he's about to kill her, shouting at top volume. Another office bro grabs his arm and tells him to just take OP home. Part of me wants him to hit her, but I don't want a jailed boyfriend, so I agree. Yeah, there's really no point. There's no honor in that battle. She's gonna do to herself far worse than anything that you could do. Jacking her in the jaw might feel really good, but it's not worth the fallout it causes. It's pointless. So we leave, and Hamthrax is just what? I don't know. OP doesn't say. Next Monday, I get a phone call. Boyfriend, ham cook, and the soup stirrers, and the HR person are on the line on the speakerphone. Here we go. Let's get it all out in the open. Neat and tidy with the paperwork. I am apologized to for the push. At first, sarcastically, but HR makes her say it again, like a first grader after breaking a window. Dearly wish I could have seen more than a few chains' face. Boyfriend says it was amazing and sweaty. I guess the sweaty does make it more amazing. She's really glistening under those studio lights, isn't she? My face when boyfriend has to apologize to 30 Seconds to Mars bars after she wails about being discriminated against for her size and how being a few pounds heavier makes her a target. Are you serious right now? Are you really serious right now? Oh my god, I can't believe she's serious right now. A few pounds heavier? Didn't think her weight is actually measured in pounds at this point. I can hear boyfriend seething out and I'm sorry. Rehama vomits out, I know you didn't mean it, honey. In front of HR. God. I guess there's some plausible deniability there, but not a great look. I am both disgusted by her delusion and worried about the pet name. Might try to spread him on a donut and eat him. Super fat tramp continues about how being with certain people makes us act differently, and we all need to date people who understand us. Realize that she blames me for this 100%. Yeah, the delusion's off the chart. I take a deep breath. Maybe you should start dating a McDonald's dumpster. And I hang up the phone. Luckily, OP doesn't work at the same office. HR can't say shit to me. A McDonald's dumpster does sound like it would suit Hamthrax, though. Especially if it was a love dumpster. She's the reason nobody goes back there anymore. Anyway, this is the beginning of the end, my friends. The Hamthrax drama only escalates from this point, so prepare your beehole. .gif. for the fallout that is my bitchy remark bringeth upon us in our next story. Edit, get you beat us out as part 6. Not gonna do it today. Running a little bit behind on the time, but I don't think it's too short of a one. It's just one of the 30 minutes instead of an hour ones. But I definitely appreciate you guys stopping by, you know, doing the thing. Hamthrax is always a treat. I really like the green text format. It's conducive to creativity. Maybe a little bit harder to read or understand, but I don't know. Put your listening/reading comprehension caps on. I don't know what to tell you. Everybody gets a hamburger and french fries. Here you go.
This shit look nasty as
Hamthrax 6, where the beasts have no shame. I mean, that's basically everywhere. That's like a beast by definition. They don't have the self-awareness, whatever. And they're back. As always, I have a healthy heaping helping of Hamthrax goodness to throw at you. Nice alliteration. Sorry for the wait. College is a bitch. I hope you all know that I should be writing a 30-page paper right now, but I love this subreddit too much to let it starve and lose its perfect curves. So onward to some Hamthrax drama. This is part 1 of a dinner party which now lives in infamy in the minds of the attendees. We will not forget .mpeg. Do I have to keep writing that user, not Belgian but Dutch, is my boyfriend? Or are you beautiful curvy lads and ladies aware of this fact? Didn't remember, probably would have picked it up, it's fine. Be mid-February, be me, be around 135 pounds at this point. Losing mass.html, caught disgusting stomach bug, grosser than Hamthrax at a slop trough. I do hate stomach problems. But it's a great workout for your abs, and yeah, afterwards I never look thinner.
Homie, you look good.
All for you, baby.
Sick for weeks. Can't really keep food down. Dude, weeks is concerning. Like, maybe go to a hospital and get some rehydration. Boyfriend's taking care of me, helping me recover with soothing tales of Hammy and the bloated fish being a total dick in the office. Looks like the holiday party's still fresh in everyone's mind. No one likes her very much, so Yellow Lard's solution is to be doubly horrible. Yeah, 2 negatives is a positive, right? She doesn't know that. She didn't take algebra. She has redoubled her efforts to get into boyfriend's pants, which hurts to conceptualize, both literally and figuratively. And despite it hurting, you write it down here for everybody's collective entertainment. You deserve a banana sticker.
The banana sticker.
Every day, the poor man comes home with grease prints on his shirt. Also has a massive project to deal with at work. My face when I have no idea about IT, but stressful for him, and I hate seeing him worried. Oh, that's a sad face. Oh. Wifey feels the same about the videos that I make. That's why she gets so upset when somebody's mean to me in the comments. Truth is that you just show a lot more respect to the sausage if you see how it's made, right? And on top of that, doubly, at the end of the day, sausage ain't for everybody. Don't let it get you down. Just keep slinging your sausage.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages?
Anyway, whatever. Pig Floyd is only making things worse for boyfriend. Company has a big dinner planned for employees to keep up morale during crunch time. Yeah, I don't want to pay you more. Can I just feed you? Really don't want to go because sick, puking, but gotta protect my man from a certain adipose clump. Our face when fancy occasion. Oh, yes, yes, We walk over to the restaurant. Oh, shit, .mpeg. This is a really upscale restaurant. Feel a little underdressed in a shortish cocktail dress. Waspy as fuck. Wave. Relieved to see most people dressed like us. Even side dish looked like she groomed herself for this. Our face when sausage Lincoln pork isn't there. Phew, relief. Hope begins to spread amongst the dinner guests. We're all standing in the upper floor of the restaurant by a table of cute hors d'oeuvres, sipping wine, chatting to upper management. Yeah, it's almost enjoyable. We set phasers to polite conversation. I'm in the middle of being introduced to a manager that I hadn't previously met when a sound cracks through the air. A waiter below us must have dropped a pot or something really big. A second, doom. Oh, wow. So many waiters. They're so clumsy. Nervous laughter.jpg. Third thump. Closer this time. Boom! Oh God! Please don't let it be! A fourth thump shakes the wine glasses resting on the tables. Caviar rolls off of the crackers. Just an earthquake. Fifth thump. A coworker's young son is thrown to the ground by the force. Oh, please just let it be an earthquake. I have my back to the stairs. I can't bring myself to turn around. Then I smell it. Before I even see it, fermented heavy cream fills the nostrils. Yeah, that's just cottage cheese at that point, isn't it? A cloud of Cool Ranch Doritos crumbs covers my shoes. Look on manager's face confirms what I already know. Requiem for a creamsicle has arrived. Curiosity overtakes me, and I turn. Jesus, take wheel, for I am weak.org. It's beautiful. Boyfriend had forgotten to mention that since I last laid eyes on the glorious big-bowed goddess, there was at least 20 new pounds to love. That's pretty cool, actually. Another 50 pounds and you get the forehead roll that the Slayton sisters have. And basically, that's just another crevice. Throw some butter on it, lube it up real nice. Never mind. Her face is now impossibly fat. Eyes barely visible through that cottage cheese-like complexion. Let me relieve your anxiety. She has dressed appropriately for this event. Oh, wait. This was a meeting of the High School Freshman Anarchy Club, right? Not an upscale dinner restaurant full of upper management types. Definitely appropriate that the beast has donned a tiny, torn-up denim skirt. And tiny, I guess, is a relative adjective here. Tiny on her. It could have functioned as a tablecloth for a buffet. Fishnets underneath. Her legs look exactly like hams. Honeyglaze.wf1. I'm gonna tell you right now, don't put that shit in your mouth.
Get that nasty shit out of my face!
Top was a bedsheet-like material, tied on one shoulder, allowing the glorious left bingo wing to rub up against Hamthrax's voluminous side boobage / back fat combo. Yeah, it's just a big lump. It's actually a cancerous lymph node, but nobody has noticed it yet.
I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor.
Or it's just a toga party thing. That's cool. I'm distracted from accumulating scar tissue on my eyeballs by a sharp intake of breath. Manager, who I was talking to, is furious. Mutters under their breath, I can't fucking believe it. Walks away, I assume to drown himself in some wine. Boyfriend told me they all got a memo about dressing appropriately and tastefully, with a note that it would be appreciated, read required, if people could take out all non-discreet piercings. My face, when this has very obviously been directed at Iron Butter Fry. Yet two very obviously infected snake bites remain on that gaping maw. Big facepalm. Hepatitis.bin. Wonder if Eat All That Remains thinks mayonnaise is a disinfectant. Upon finishing that thought, it appears we've both been spotted. The hippo's now charging us, her mating calls rising above the Serengeti. Jan! People flee our general location. Sympathetic looks are thrown, but nobody will make the sacrifice to distract the beast. I would never ask that of someone. As I lay frying is now in our faces, huffing as if she had caught up to a rogue Mr. Softy truck, smirks widely as she regards my weight loss, can see smears of ketchup in her teeth. I'm pretty sure that's just her gums bleeding. Long time no see, OP. Looks like you're disappearing. Massive heart attack. Smiles even wider at yawn, exposing more food-stained teeth. A powerful stench washes over us, and I gag. Hamthrax gives a mocking smile and whispers, You should go do that in the bathroom, girlie. No wonder you're so thin. You throw up everything. smile back at the lump of doughy flesh oscillating in front of me. Maybe you should give it a try. It might persuade you to use some mouthwash once in a while. Her face when, an eternity later, her fat-covered gray cells process this statement. Oh, I think she was making fun of me. Yeah, she was. Now come up with a comeback. Oh, your face is dumb. Good. Great. Hamthrax glares at boyfriend whose face is contorted with quiet laughter. My face when I realize Hamthrax is waiting for him to defend her. Oh, look at this guy. Can you believe the nerve? The fucking nerve. Lol, what? Fack? Tosses her hair back. Everyone gets splattered with grease. Goes over to a table of hors d'oeuvres and picks up a canapé, which is a small piece of bread or pastry with a savory topping, often served with drinks at a reception or formal party, such as smoked salmon canapés. That's just an open-faced tuna sandwich, bro. Shocking turn of events. OMG. Something is wrong. Ham Morrison's face twists in confusion / indigestion. Why are these sandwiches so tiny? My face when I have no face. Side dish nervously appears like a magical fat genie to explain that, they're like appetizers. Buffalo Winger is still unsettled by the size, like a dog confronted with a vacuum cleaner, just total confusion. This is the longest carbohydrates have lingered outside of her suction tube. How is this supposed to fill you up? The boulder ruminates aloud. Can't take it. Must leave before my sides exit this earth permanently. I take boyfriend by the hand, and we search for higher, cleaner-smelling ground. Stand by the bar. There's no seating available in this area. Surely Armin van Beatus will not follow. Nope. Shit. The rumbling and a loud belch alerts us to the fact that Hamthrax the Great requires alcohol. One of the managers cradles his face in his hands, wondering what he did to deserve this plague on his workplace. Fat Zoe orders a banana daiquiri. What is this, spring break in Cabo? The bartender looks at her uncomprehendingly, apologizes and says, I don't have a blender. The monster howls and summons all of her energy to scream at this poor man, stops when she sees the manager's face. Pure anger. Hamthrax must recognize that look from the billions of times she looked at her reflection after a buffet didn't restock fast enough. I mean, I get it, okay, but how hard is it to keep the mashed potatoes coming? I don't experience pure anger, just light frustration. I need more mashed potatoes, please. Thank you. She grumbles, "This is bullshit!" and opens her sweat-covered purse. Our face when she pulls a greasy 2-liter of Coke out from the depths of the foul-smelling vacuum. I can't believe she's doing this. I am mildly amused. Bartender's mouth is wide open as he searches our faces for confirmation that this, in fact, is real life. Pretty accurate representation. Huh? I'm disassociating. Also, I'm a seal. Oh, sweet man. It most definitely is real life. I look over at boyfriend and realize he has turned puce and is laughing hysterically. Fat and Dim smiles over at him, asking, "What's so funny?" He can't answer. Laughter is choking him. Diabetes Aunt Ward is now confused. Her delusions start fighting with the reality that her beloved is obviously laughing at her. Turns to me, causes a mini cyclone with her movement, gets about 2 inches from my face. It burns. AVI. What did you say, you skinny whore? Oh, I'm so done with you making fun of me behind my back. I mean, I'd make fun of you from the front, but I don't think my car has enough gas for a round trip. Get it? Because you are very large, you see.
Okay, all right. Now, do you prefer Fatty or Miss Boombaletti?
The joke's even better when you explain it. This accusation comes out along with flecks of food and a wave of digested Coke breath. First of all, her back is so wide that most activities go on behind it. That's just spatial physics. Second, I hadn't said a word. Point both of these things out to her. Boyfriend's now lost all control and grabs my hand so I can help him outside. We escape with Corn Dog, hot on our trail, fuming like a big sweaty stack of pancakes. She stops at the stairs. Her desire to preserve those curves is greater than the need for immediate vengeance. Me and Boyfriend step outside and laugh so hard that I almost throw up from the pain my sides are in. Our face when the dinner hasn't even begun yet. Oh goody, the treat continues with part number 2. I ain't even got so much stuff to say about the middle part. I just want to see what happens next. There was a moment there of reality slapping her in the face and she chose to deny it. I'm always amazed by how deep the delusions of some people can run. Anyway, Hamthrax 6 Where the Beasts Have No Shame part number 2. First off, let me just thank each and every one of you magnificent role queens. You all found time between battling Beatus and keeping that delicious gelatinous form to vote for Hamthrax in the hammies, and I couldn't be more grateful. I really wish I could deliver this one sooner, but somehow my calculus professor doesn't understand that I have a doctor's note, and I need to write fat people stories. I'll write that note out. You need some Xanax too? Whatever keeps the content flowing, you know? I guess Adderall's better than Xanax. Whatever.
Adderall to stay focused. Xanax to take the edge off, pot to mellow me out.
Let's continue where we left off. I don't endorse either of those things. Me and Boyfriend weeping tears of laughter outside of an expensive restaurant. Hamthrax and Boyfriend's company about to dine inside. Be me and Boyfriend. Just finished crying our eyes out from laughter. Must go back upstairs. Managers are expecting Boyfriend. We lock hands and walk up together. It's us against the world. Actually, planet. Ham planet. Relieved that dinner has been called, we go into the dining room. Gorgeous dot mahogany. Table is set, proper silverware. Look over to see red jumpsuit apper Fatis a few seats away, throwing glares like they're doctor's orders. Marvel at how she's able to squint her eyes without fat caving into her eye sockets. Oh, trust me, near the back there's some undue pressure on her occipital lobe. I guarantee it. That's just science. Medicalmysteries.wave. There's a really small menu. Prefix with options for every dietary need. I want to do a prefix menu. Everybody gets a hamburger and french fries. Here you go.
This shit look nasty as
OP says, although actually I think maybe they don't meet every dietary need. There's an appetizer, salad, dinner, and dessert course with 2 or 3 choices for each. I settle for the vegetarian options, praying I can keep it down, feeling queasy after some wine. Meanwhile, Fat Folds 5 is surprisingly cool. Says this place finally got it right, and she should eat here more often. Good portions. Okay. Make eye contact with Boyfriend, and he's just as puzzled. Waiter comes over and asks us which options we'd like. Felonious Chunk's face is a pasty, acne-scarred, confused puddle of flab. What do you mean, option? The table is utterly silent as everyone registers what she just said. She thought that the 2 or 3 dishes per course were all going to be served per person. She has no idea what a prefix menu is. Boyfriend makes a choking sound and it breaks the silence. Look over at him and he's almost purple in the face with effort. Can't laugh. Can't laugh. Must not laugh. Everyone around the table is either stifling hysterics, looking extremely uncomfortable, or shaking their heads in disbelief. She's just like the joke at the whole company, and she doesn't have the self-awareness to realize it. They're creating a semi-hostile work environment in hopes that she'll quit, but yeah, no awareness to quit. Surely, this land beast didn't think that normal people ate 3 dishes of 4. Didn't think that normal people ate 3 dishes for 4 courses apiece. I mean, if you want to get all the options, go for it, but it's coming out of your pocket. Side dish looks mortified, leans over to Lady Anti-Bulimia, tries to quietly explain. What? You can only have 1 of the 3! One of the managers almost screams at her. Arrow Smithfield Hams is deep red. Blimp.jpg. She's clearly very wounded. eye fat is drooping downwards. What is this, some realization sinking in? Probably only momentarily, until her ego rejects it. She growls at the waiter. "Can I get 2 of one, then?" Nearly takes the man's head off. The waiter is still stunned. His mind is visibly bending under the pressure that it takes to comprehend the full glory of Banana Hammer. Only a bark from the beast awakens the man, who says, "He'll have to check." Starts taking everyone else's orders. "Check now!" Heads turn so fast that all that can be heard is displaced air. The manager looks like he's about to blow. Waiter takes one look at her and walks out the door. What followed were minutes of absolute tension. The air was so thick, Bon Jovi tried to make a snack out of it. Manager seethingly asks why she thought she was more important than the rest of us waiting to order. Milli Vanilli ice cream turns on the waterworks. Excuses waft from that gaping maw like bread aroma from a bakery. Fear for my metaphor, because she probably will try to eat that too. "I need to make sure I get enough food for my thyroids. I'm not some sick, skinny child. I need to eat." Sick, only mentally. Skinny, not in your dreams. Child, again, only mentally. Waiter comes back with 2 more curious-looking waiters, tells Hamba that she can only pick one. Rage. Pure rage on the boar's face. Starts up the blubber factory. Mass ignoring of fat company starts. Other 2 waiters go around to take the orders, placing orders while the beast glowers. Waiters leave. Conversation begins to resume. Boyfriend's telling manager about a drive we took out to Long Island. Switch diabetes foot. Interjects every 5 fucking seconds. Keeps talking about how well she knows New York and how many good places she knows to eat. Doesn't count. She's the size of the fucking state. Of course she knows it better. Only reason she really likes New York is because they call pizza pie. "Hey, you want to go get a pie, fat girl? I just want your consent before I start rolling you down the street."
They see me rolling, they hate it.
Surface area, .algebra. Boyfriend shoots her a nasty look. "We're not talking about food." Band of hippos looks offended and confused. Clearly can't imagine not thinking about what to shove into her black hole of consumption next. Yep, that's what she likes. Eating and shitty metal bands. Manager asks the company members to talk a little about the project. Boring, but it's kind of the reason that we're here, I guess. So I shut up and listen to the presentation. Waiters bring out the food about halfway through boyfriend's part, which is the last part of this project. Everyone else pushes their plates a little bit forward. Common courtesy. Talking head cheese doesn't abide by manners established by the thin privilege elite. Instead, starts chowing down. Icola Pop shoots daggers in between dripping mouthfuls of mushroom and cheese and loudly announces that, "We all need to dig in, guys." Boyfriend counters just as loudly, "I'm not finished yet." Cutting cake crew continues eating, chewing loudly, even making eye contact with boyfriend. Boyfriend can't take it, screams across the table, "How about you try eating like people? Not like a cow!" Did everybody at the table laugh? I would have laughed. The flabulous Thunder Thighs starts quivering and crying. Shocker, no one cares. Boyfriend finishes up his presentation, takes like 5 minutes, and everyone starts eating except for Can't Runaways, who has massacred her appetizer and is now eye-fucking plates left and right. Start eating my food. Uh-oh. Almost halfway through my portion, tiny portions by the way, my face when I realized that the combination of watching Dawn Hamley scarf down her own portion and my still sensitive stomach will not end well. Oh no, the nausea's coming, oh no. I excuse myself as quickly as possible and almost run to the bathroom to hurl. Bent over the toilet, sexy as you please, throwing up my guts. Suddenly, The door opens. Hadn't locked it in my haste. God damn it, it's the over-loving spoonful with a triumphant look on that fat, mashed-up face. Or maybe that's her face of indigestion? It's really hard to tell. Starts wild call of God only knows. If I hadn't been so sick, I would have admired the way her stomach gracefully escaped her tent. A grease-stained slice of flesh dangling from the elastic fabric. What a visual, what a writer. I can't get enough Hamthrax, and I don't care if it makes me a fatty. Her cankles flap excitedly in the fishnets. Next thing I know, Weezer is bellowing, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. What is that song? I thought I knew, but didn't have a clue. Thought I knew you better than. That's the only Thought I Knew Weezer song that I know. Is there another one? Deep cut, don't care. You know why I didn't get played on the radio? Because it sucks. And who listens to the radio anymore? People come running. Oh, Hamthrax is being referred to as Weezer. There was just not a pun to it, so I was confused. Okay. People come running and they find me being sick, with thick Lizzie pointing at me and shaking her layers about. People start freaking out. Boyfriend helps me up, explaining that I've been sick for at least a month now. I knew she was bulimic! Do you see, Jan? What kind of girlfriend is that? Dear God. Everyone is staring at her, and then staring at me. Jimmy's rustled. We interrupt this dramatic scene for some more vom. Blech! Manager tells everyone to leave and go back to... Wait, where did marinara and the diabetes go? People go back to the room while I wash my face in the bathroom, hear cries of rage as boyfriend and I make our way back out. Tempura Trap had taken early leave and tried to eat everyone's leftover appetizers off of their plates. Yeah, that food must have been really good, huh? I sort of understand why they keep her around. Like, she's just comical. It's like a stupid, silly dog that's always digging in the trash. Get out of there, you silly dog.
Get the fuck out of here.
Just hit her with a rolled up newspaper. It's probably going to be fine. She starts wailing about portion size again, and I laugh so hard that I almost puke once more. Manager tells boyfriend he should take me home. Fatty Smith starts yelling, he can't go! He has to stay! Manager tells her it's okay because she can't either until she quote-unquote learns to behave like a civilized human being. Oh God, puke/laughter. What a combination. My face when I walk out of the place arm in arm with my man as Gusher struggles down the stairs. TLDR, Hamthrax gets a verbal smackdown from boyfriend and boss, then gets thrown out of the fancy company dinner for being a rude asshole to me after I puke. Stay tuned, the drama gets even more greasy. Unfortunately, however, I'm out of time for the day. We got a couple parts of Hamthrax left. I thought I'd shove them all into this video, but the timing just didn't work out. Gotta be a family man, do some family stuff. Actually, just waking up early so we could take the dog to the vet and chop his nuts off. So I guess that's sort of anti-family stuff if you think about it. Whatever. We can't help but stare as we eat, and then she spits out the plastic and sucks the ranch chicken saliva off of the plastic shards.
What are you doing?
Hamthrax number 7. Let it beat us. Let it be, Tuss, let it be, let it be. Oh, hello there, my round lovelies. Hi, LP. I only have a little bit of time before finals eat me alive. Welcome back to the land of Hamthrax. I'll be your guide on the next leg of our tour, the dance of Chocolate Milk Hotel. If you can remember, we left with Hammy and the bloated fish, embarrassing herself at an important dinner with the bosses looking on. Me and Jan, also known as Fatty Bait, or user not Belgian but Dutch, are nice-ish people with a high tolerance for stupidity in the name of hilarity. To those of you who asked or expressed concern, I am much better now, thank you. The stomach bug came and went, and I am no longer quote-unquote bulimic, but don't tell that to our friend Hamthrax or she might freak out and crush a mid-sized Japanese city. I mean, if you've got bulk like this and you're not using it to crush a mid-sized city somewhere in the world, then essentially you're slapping God in the face. This is a gift. It needs to be used, and used well. Anyway, cut to early March. Boyfriend has completed his part of the project and is generally a happier person. After the dinner fiasco, Hamthrax had to apologize to the entire department in a meeting in which she reveals that her, wait for it, thyroid has been causing these mood swings, and therefore she'll no longer be a dramatic bitch around the office. Yeah, I believe that for real. I don't want to shock you all, but there was about 0 doctors/medical advice involved in this announcement. According to the manager that Jan is friendly with, they've been trying to get rid of her since the Christmas party, but Hamthrax apparently got herself a lawyer and threatened to wage a messy, greasy discrimination suit against them. Raise your hand if that shocks you. Some very Moby Vic vibes going on there, using corporate law as a sword and that. My theory is that it has something to do with all the red 40 that these big girls like to eat. Mixes up all their brain parts, turns them into idiots that are just for some reason really good at corporate lawyering. How could you explain that? A tumor, probably, pushing things around.
I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor.
Well, that's fine, I guess. Powerful magic comes at great cost. But yeah, now onward to our story. It is a lovely, fresh-smelling, mayoless day in the Big Apple. Yes, as every day is wont to be. Quick, somebody tell her that it's called the Big Apple and she might leave the city forever. Now, boyfriend, as much as I love him, can be literally the most forgetful person in the entire world. This day, he left his lunch, his phone, and his keys in the apartment. I only had morning classes that day, so I dropped by to give him his stuff and have lunch while I was at it. Oh, lunch. Well, there's your problem, see? You just can't be anywhere that there's food, because somehow, amazingly, Hamthrax is in all of those places at the same time. Do you think she's bending the laws of space-time, or do you think her girth is just that enormous? I'll let you decide. So be me. Be dressed in black jeans, black shirt, black cardigan, and Converse. I call this high school style.
Because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you over again.
Unintentional.jpg. Sure, LP. Things we tell ourselves. Run up to the office. No sense in taking the elevator. Office is on the 6th floor. Walk to boyfriend's cubicle, but am stopped by gale force winds. Try to keep a grip on all loose clothing. Trouble breathing. Hang on to the nearest wall an inch forward. There she is. My one and only supersized deluxe ice cream surprise. Well, I don't know what that generic non-specific brand is exactly, but yeah, it sounds delicious. It's sitting on the side dish's desk in the next cubicle over. Swinging leg causes winds to send paper flying in every direction. Yeah, just big old bingo wings, but you know, the lower ones. Munching on large fries and what smells like General House chicken, but it's white. My face when I see the ranch dressing bottle next to her. Yeah, she just keeps a supersized one in her purse. Ew, that's gross. You people live like this? I have a panic attack as I see boyfriend with his head buried in his keyboard. Did she finally manage to suck out his insides for her mating ritual? Praying mantis science teacher. Buffy. I run up to him, ignoring primal howl from Mike Slow, shake his shoulders. He jerks up like a vet in the middle of a PTSD dream. And he's relieved when he sees that it's just me and not Hammy Davis Carls Jr. That was a twofer. Nice. I guess this is the boyfriend using an ostrich technique to avoid conflict. It's interesting. But boyfriend whispers to OP, she's been here all break. Hollering in graphic detail about her recent conquest. Tee-heeing at every possible junction that's not occupied by food, of course. I grab his hand and make our way to the break room. Packed some leftovers. We're literally 2 steps from the cubicle.
Hey, side dish, you know how emo girls are always bulimic?
Side dish doesn't respond. Me and boyfriend almost start giggling.
Yeah, skinny whores.
She's just talking to herself at this point. I'm glad side dish knows better. Boyfriend almost turns around, but I grab him and we race walk away. Break room's kind of small. 2 tables, 2 chairs each. The eating facility is downstairs, but we don't have that much time. Oh yeah, we're super important business people doing business things. Don't you forget it. I microwave 2 portions. Boyfriend grabs a fork and glasses of water and sits down at one of the tables. Smells like heaven. Tofu. Not my personal choice, but tofu is a little bit slept on, you know? It's just everybody's scared of the soy these days. You gotta stay away from the beans. Especially that Bean Boys gang. Oh, they'll get you. They'll get you. I hear the floorboards moaning. Yeah, what a shock. Depeche a la mode's diabetes senses are tingling. Depeche a la mode. Literally just pull the plate out of the microwave. Mumford and Scones is still clutching her tray of ranch mutilated Chinese. Tosses her massive body into one of the chairs. Its comrades weep for the poor piece of furniture. Bagpipes can be heard throughout the room. A brave soldier he was. Made the ultimate sacrifice he did. Talk like Yoda I must.
Alright, I'll give it a try.
No, try not. Do or do not. There is no try.
Fat boy, not so slim. I see you, shout out this user. Gives me a smug look. Is clearly pleased with her cunning manipulation of the seating. Hamthrax used, being a fat bitch. It's not very effective. Yeah, we've been through this whole rigmarole before, haven't we? And with that being the case, we should know that directness is really the only way to stop her. Or at least it comes closer to stopping her than the passive-aggressive route. But most people will stay passive-aggressive for as long as possible. My favorite part is when the dam finally breaks and all the vitriol comes rushing out and I get to gobble it up like a greedy eldritch demon. Anyway, OP says I struggle to keep a straight face as I head to the other table. Boyfriend scoops up water and forks and moves with me. Wow, that was easy. Bruno Mars Bar looks shocked that her brilliant move did not keep me from enjoying my food with my boyfriend. Jan! Millions of Dutch vomit in the streets.
Jan, come sit with me. I want to tell you something.
I almost pass out as her ranch Chinese breath hits us. Yeah, that's a stench. Boyfriend looks over his shoulder and asks her if it's about her boys.
No. Well, yeah, 'cause it's about you.
She winks and I gag.
There she goes, Jan. Don't you want to sit over here?
Nope. .N logo. Nat King Coleslaw takes what was supposed to be a sexy bite of her chicken, biting down on the plastic fork so hard that it snaps.
Oops! Tee.
She's just gonna chew that up and swallow it. She don't worry about microplastics. Lord knows she needs the extra estrogen. Her body chemistry's all out of whack, you know? It's Little Debbie's fault, though. How could she help but eat it? We can't help but stare as we eat, and then she spits out the plastic and sucks the ranch chicken saliva off of the plastic shards.
What are you doing?
Well, I do appreciate that. There's some sort of discretion there, I think. Jesus, take the wheel, .exe. It is really, really ridiculous and disgusting. Maybe get a lawyer of your own. She's creating a hostile work environment. We start shoveling food into our mouths just to get out of there. Watch out, OP! It's gonna be painful throwing all that up! Riotous laughter comes from Avoid's gym class heroes. Stops only when the music playing from the small radio in the corner changes. My face when it's the Home Wrecker song. And OP, of course, gives the biggest facepalm ever. For a metal fan, all-time low blood pressure. Loves this song! Oh my god! So she starts, quote-unquote, dancing. It is rather easy for her to undulate, you see. A swift slap from any angle and she'll undulate for days. The damage from the resulting earthquake is indeterminable. Combines sexy roll with look at from under eyelashes. Resulting dance move sends us both into hysterics. She just starts singing louder. Yeah, that's what you want to do. Double down. We get up and clean up as fast as humanly possible because, yeah, this is the only way out. Of mice and ramen is still heroating as we try to evacuate. My face when a senior manager is standing in the doorway, mouth agape. Boink. Whoa, go for gold. I think we scored one, boys. We found a way to get her out of here. This is going to be incredibly fruitful. DDS. My life reaches its pinnacle as Nickelback Breaker twirls around hollering, "Don't you want some of this, baby?" Our face as he tells her that he needs to see her in his office for a talk. Yeah, just a little talk. Nothing wrong with that. I flash her my biggest smile and flip her off behind the manager's back. To be continued right here, part 8, TLDR. Fatty dances the jiggles in front of a higher-up after harassing me and my boyfriend. One last part left, buddies. Control your beatus. I'm trying. I've been holding back this one for a while because I wasn't sure how it was going to work out time-wise, but it seems like it's doing okay. I am glad to see some retribution in this video, for sure, so let's see exactly what it is that happens as we get into Hamthrax Part 8, Not Born to Run. Yeah, me either, honestly.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
My dear sons, it's been so long, and I've missed your dysfunctional thyroids terribly. I've had a pretty shitty few weeks with school stuff and family drama, but I'm back to deliver a juicy tale covered in full fat cream and sugar. Are you prepared? Get those limping fakers off the wheelchairs and scooter off with me onto Broadway for the finale of Hamthrax. And then you can imagine the curtain raising up halfway through the show. It's fine. I also noticed that Broadway has an unnecessary hyphen in it because, you know, Hamthrax is broad. Hilarious. Okay, here we go. Open on me, human-sized lady. Enter boyfriend, skinny fee-riner IT dude. You know the drill. Yeah, I guess I do know the drill by now, don't I? It's mid-April. Boyfriend has stopped coming home, soaked in grease. Nice. The flabulous Thunder Thighs has not been at work for the past 2 weeks, according to boyfriend. Well, that was the 2 weeks notice, and they're like, actually, we don't need you. Just pack your shit up. Get out of here right now. Managers are being really quiet about it. We theorize that the monstrosity has broken through the Earth's core. Justice.mpeg. Start bringing him lunch/eating with him more often. The office is noticeably cleaner, lighter. Birds are in the fucking trees. Yeah, because Hamthrax stopped climbing up there on her lunch break and eating all the eggs. But there are clouds on the horizon, however. Dark, heavy, gray, blobby clouds. Oh no. You know what that signifies. It's a nimbostratus! Everybody brace for impact! This actually called it nimbostratus, you know. There's your trace amounts of science. I walk up to boyfriend's office at lunchtime and the place is deserted. I look around until I come to the conference room, awkwardly standing at glass doors as the entire company is piled into the room, now staring at me. Fuck. Boyfriend turns to boss, asks him if I can join, and then, upon getting a nod, lets me in. Well, this is highly outside of protocol. But I won't tell if you don't. Hush, hush. I wish that I hadn't, however, because the smell hits me. Cheap, flowery perfume over the smell of a rotting diaper. That's a new one for me. At least she did try to pretty herself up, but yeah, it's putting lipstick on a pig, essentially.
This is called Crimson Sky. What do you think?
A loud ahem comes from the front of the room. Turn as a choir of children beg me to just leave, but I can't go back now. Draped in a black tarp, hair now a sickly bright red, horrific sunburn everywhere, fattened rabbit sits upon a throne of groaning wood and aching fabric. What a beautifully constructed sentence. Scowling the best she can under what looks like about 20 pounds of brand new, lustrous fat. Wow, she really knows how to pack it in. She must be bulking for the cut later. The whiteboard behind her reads, "Behavior in the workplace." Realize that this must be a scholarly lecture, and cake cutting crew is Exhibit A. Sit down next to boyfriend quickly. He whispers that the bosses have thrown together a quick meeting about company policies regarding conduct. Beta no more, .office. Is that a reference to The Office? I haven't watched that series in a very long time. One of the managers starts up a PowerPoint, starts going through the company rules. Business casual only, no personal calls during work time, no eating at the desks, no excessive foul language, no excessive absences, no pets, no pets in the no pets in the office. Hamthrax, could you please hold off on doing that? She really can't. My sugars are low. Hambawumba glares at manager, family-sized bag of Funyuns in her paws. Blood sugar! Manager insists. I can't! I haven't eaten all day! I'm sure you can wait a moment, but I'll faint! Oh, Fat Logic Olympics. The judges vote 10 across the board. Manager gives the other managers a look and then shrugs. Yeah, what are you supposed to do? Reprimand her physically? I'll do it if you guys want. Just let me go get some things out of my trunk. We'll make a show. Then the manager goes straight into a talk about harassment in the workplace and goes through all the signs, the legal repercussions, lets people know that if anyone's been the subject of harassment in this office, they need to tell HR. Boyfriend looks at me. I look at boyfriend. We both look at Girth Brooks, who's drinking a 2-liter Mountain Dew. Where did she even bring all this stuff? She has like a giant backpack with her at all times. She puts the bottle down, to all of our amazement, and she winks at boyfriend. Vom! I mean, this is just an extreme lack of self-awareness, or this is the person that has the least fucks to give that, like, I've ever seen. They don't even care about themselves or their health. Employment? Let's be amazed she held the job as long as she did. It is then that the managers turn off the PowerPoint. They thank everyone and dismiss the room.
Oh, Hamthrax, could you stay here for a moment, please?
That's not a good sign. End scene 1. Curtains try to close. Hit Don Hamley's folds. Can we have a musical interlude after Act 1? Okay, I got it. Hold on. Piggy, piggy girl, sausages upon her plate. Boys who don't like her must be gay. Look, a dark spot on the MRI. Starry night. So I guess we're into Act 2 now. Me and boyfriend go off to break room to eat lunch. Halfway through our sandwiches, we heard it. An elephant has been wounded in the bush. Goddamn poachers, I swear to... I'ma call my lawyer! No, you're all fat-shaming pigs! Me and boyfriend break a land speed record running out to the hallway. Yeah, we gotta go see the show! Manager is drenched in Mountain Dew as Can't Walk the Moon is barreling down the hallway. You don't have the fucking balls to fire me, you fat-shaming pieces of crap! Oh my god, it's really happening. Is it all you ever dreamed? For me, it is. Boyfriend grabs me and pushes over to where his favorite manager is standing, open-mouthed. After shaking the man out of fat logic shock, we know that the inevitable has happened. Upper management had called her in, presented her with violating almost all of the conduct rules. Apparently, Scroopius Blimp had been gone from work for 2 weeks on quote-unquote sick leave, but she had uploaded some horrific Facebook pictures of her on Jones Beach. Beachedwhale.fx. Storytime's interrupted as Sino Greens reappears, holds her phone and starts screaming again. Ask anyone, I'm the best worker here! Everyone loves me. I ain't never harassed no one. Yeah, you're gonna need some proof to go with that. I'm pretty sure corporate came in with the receipts. You're gonna need some receipts of your own. Oh, you don't have any? Okay, well then pack your shit up.
Screw you! You're fired!
The silence left after this last shriek is so heavy that the floor almost collapses with the combined stress. Everyone is looking at boyfriend. The time has come. Now, my friends, is where your jibbies can be avenged. You've all sat here at your computer screens, shaking fists in frustration. Cries of beta and pushover have echoed through the hall, but it is upon us. I want you to hold on and experience the naked, greasy justice that will be thrust upon you now.
Huh. Naked, greasy justice. That's definitely Plague Doctor approved. I'm partied him in woe.
So indeed, boyfriend nods and steps up. Yeah, that's not true at all. Hamthrax has been making working here really difficult. She's made, advances towards me and won't let me work. She's also made my girlfriend very upset with some of the things that she says. I nod and tell the entire office that I'm really tired of being called anorexic or bulimic, and I retell the dinner fiasco and explain how she violated my privacy. Other female coworkers start talking, food stealing, thin shaming, straight up middle school style bullying. Yeah, except she's the only mean girl. How does that even work? Well, I guess she counts for at least 3.
And that's where fat girls come from.
Tom Fatty and the Scale Breakers starts screaming, "Jen doesn't need a skinny bitch like you! He's waiting for you to drop dead so he can get with a real woman like me! He's just lying to you all right now, you dum-dums!" And then she lunges at me, wins herself completely, trips on a power cord. Everyone suffers the blowback as 400 pounds of human excrement hits the floor. Slap.
And you know that's a meaty slap, because yeah, that's a meaty girl.
4 security guards from all around the building are summoned to remove the thrashing whale. Fear for their safety as the wrangling commences. Sweat everywhere. Hollers of thin privilege and anorexia still echo through the halls today, etched into the very air. Well, she definitely left her mark on a lot of us. Mostly, mental scars, but there are probably still some physical signs. The yeasty blooms from between her crotch have spread some fetid spores around the office, I'm sure. And I'm glad that I could make this story a little bit worse just one last time. Finn, says OP, edit, I ain't never gonna quit you fat people stories, never! Look for mini Hamthrax tales from my coworkers, and I'll never stop writing up my personal hammy encounters. Love you more than mayo with a nice side of mayo. Yeah, that's called mayo slaw. And it turns out that at least one coworker did write some Hamthrax things. Those are called second-hand Hamthrax, and I suppose we'll get into those as well. Why not? Complete the whole saga, We're nothing if not completionists around these parts.
I bet you'd even put your kid on a diet!
Yeah, gotta lose that baby fat, I want my baby to have a six-pack.
Behold Leonidas. Ow! The perfect Spartan.
Second-hand Hamthrax, live at Fudokan. You look hungry. Have some Hamthrax. Oh God, it's in my mouth.
Get that nasty shit out of my face!
It's just a link back to the original post. Last Sunday, me and boyfriend rolled up to the company picnic with 2 objectives. 1, eat as much watermelon as physically possible, and 2, acquire Hamthrax stories. Both of our goals were satisfied beyond belief. I have enough stories to last a lifetime, so obviously I have to share them. Virtually everyone in that office has their own horror story about the thieving meat pile. Our first story comes from Elle, a mid-30s coworker in payroll who had a baby about a year ago. Oh, Hamthrax tried to eat the baby, didn't she?
You eat babies. You have to survive. Everyone knows that. Ain't your fault.
Elle is very tall, pale, and absolutely the nicest human being in that office. So, BL, almost 6 feet, pre-baby was very slim. Come back to work after having the baby, feeling self-conscious about weight and eating to lose it at a good pace. Packing healthy lunches, tons of water, trying to cut down on all them carbs. Well, it's the first day back in the office, and everyone is congratulating her on the baby. She's getting compliments left and right. Everyone but Fat Mao 5. Fat Mouse? That is. Clearly, Elle is getting too much attention for pushing a human being out of herself. Where is Bacon Turner Overeater's recognition? Oh, have you heaved a human being out of your body recently? No, didn't think so. She tells Elle that women are supposed to gain at least 100 pounds during pregnancy. What?
That doesn't make no sense.
Flabbergasted. 100 pounds? Elle tries to tell her that actually, you should be gaining about a fourth of that. This, of course, begins Afro Snack's tirade about how Elle will be the worst, most fat-shaming mother of them all.
I bet you'd even put your kid on a diet!
Yeah, gotta lose that baby fat, I want my baby to have a six-pack.
Behold Leonidas. Ow! The perfect Spartan.
Elle tells her that she would put the kid on a diet if he was overweight. is immediately hit with accusations of child maltreatment. Elle rolls her eyes and turns to put her tuna salad in the fridge. Are you gonna eat just tuna fish with no bread? Cheap Thick looks at Elle like she just committed manslaughter. I'm trying to lose weight, so yeah, no bread. Swedish Meatball Mafia runs, or more accurately waddles, from the room screaming to the hamburger heavens. What? .sws? Elle doesn't give a single shit, goes back to her desk to actually do work. Gotta make money for that baby, you know? When lunchtime rolls around, Elle is excited for her tuna. Gets to the fridge. Her vision becomes tunneled. The music builds. The tuna! It's not there! But she had left it right on the second shelf. Elle looks around the fridge. No, it's just not there. Her tuna is gone. Hungry, hormonal, and already dealing with one baby sucking nutrients from her body, the beta switch is now off. There's a loaf of bread on the counter, open and laying out. Logically, Elle grabs a fork from the break room and walks out to the floor. Approaches the Miss Fats, who is shamelessly chomping into a sandwich and reading US Weekly. Hey, Hamthrax. What? Is that a tuna salad sandwich? Meatload looks up. Yeah! And takes another bite. Elle, who's kinder than most people, looks fat company dead in the eye, knocks the sandwich out of her hands onto the floor, points at those bewildered, beady eyes with a fork. Listen here, you fat pig. I'm sore, hungry, I haven't slept in a fucking month. How about you go and eat yourself into a food coma with your own tuna? Major Lazy looks at her, jowls quaking. And if you even try to accuse me of bullying or take my food again, I'll make sure that every month your pay will be docked $3.50. And I'll go out and buy tuna fish with it and eat it in front of you, you giant waste of space. That sounds fair, honestly. Garnishing the wages, why not start now? Elle concludes her story with, and she never dared to look me in the eye after that. Me and boyfriend stare in awe as she casually finished wiping her son's hands with a napkin. Thank God, too, or I would have started throwing open packets of tuna fish into her purse. You gotta put those wild boars in their place, or they'll just try and trample you. Next story, Hamthrax inspires weight loss in the office and tries to thin shame as much as possible. Edit, whoever tagged this as Alpha Prego is my new favorite human being. I mean, she is sort of an Alpha Prego. She seems like a hell of a matriarch, I'll say that. And yeah, I could understand her, not upsetness, but like unmitigated rage. Yeah, that's what that is. It's unmitigated rage. And it feels real good. This is how we solve things like that. Nip it right in the frickin' bud. You got anything to say about that story, little buddy, or can we move on?
Hamthrax steal tuna. Gubbins never trust thieving meat pile chief. Tuna for strong mothers, not sandwich goblin. Gubbins.
She is a sandwich goblin. She brought her own bread for the sandwich that she was going to steal prematurely. This is lunch theft in the first degree. I sent her to the gallows. Anyway, let's get into another post and see what's happening over there. Secondhand Hamthrax, Dairy Queen's greatest fits. Oh good, yeah, we haven't had quite enough whining yet today. Opie says, oh honey, you don't look so good. Try having some more Hamthrax. Listen, bitch, I look great.
I look fly, I look good, touch my swag.
Hello! No need to put down the supersized lard, friends, because we're going to jump straight into this one. This is a little collection of the ways, believe it or not, that Hamthrax made the office a healthier place. Indirectly, of course. God knows she hasn't actually tried to help anyone, besides saving that cookie from drowning in coffee. What, she just goes around and eats all the unhealthy snacks? Nobody gets unhealthy snacks anymore? Our first story is called Some Burger to Love. Be assorted coworkers ordering out for lunch. As always, the Diabeetles has to have the first order. Would knock a small child into a river if need be. Forces 2 chairs to go swiveling across the office. Give me the largest Diet Coke they have and a hoagie with extra mayo and extra provolone and extra roast beef and no lettuce. Oh, okay. I'm serious, no lettuce, or I'll fucking sue him for discrimination! Hamthrax, what are you talking about? They always try to give me vegetables because of my size! Yeah, I really don't. Discrimination! Everyone turns and looks at Blobscura, trumps back to the desk, a couple leather trays fall onto the floor. Yeah, okay. Anyone else? Salads. Salads all around. Yes, if you could put my salad on top of the roast beef sandwich, I would be most appreciative. How can you not enjoy the lettuce? It's got some nice crunch, you know? I don't think they give you vegetables because of your size. I think they give you vegetables because vegetables are delicious.
These motherfuckers for a burger, these motherfuckers gave me a goddamn lily pad. God damn!
You should want them. You paid for them already. Anyway, story number 2. Good old-fashioned love-handled boy. BN. 27 and gaining weight slowly. Carrying an extra 10 pounds. Be making coffee in the break room. Blue Oyster Malt trundles in behind him. Pinches N's side. Look at all that, man! And looks at Fatlax. Looks down at his waist. Looks at coffee with full fat milk and 2 sugars. Pours it down the drain and grabs a water bottle. He is down 25 pounds now. Yeah, a fat girl telling you that you're fat can really change some perspective for you. Me personally, I just say pot, meat, kettle, and enjoy my delicious, fatty, sugary coffee. Story number 3 is winded bicycle races. Winded bicycle race? I don't know. Probably winded. BR, 45 years old, fat. We're talking 220 pounds at 5'8". R isn't happy. Not one, not so little bit. He is divorced, has his 6-year-old daughter on the weekends. Kid wants to play tag and go biking. R is too fat to do all of this. Kid tells R it's okay and she'll just do the fun stuff with mommy. Feels.mpeg. Yeah, dude.
First I thought she was like crying, but then she kept saying, ooh yeah, don't stop, don't stop.
You sure you weren't just dreaming?
Gotta change some shit up for real. Not enough feels to stop R from stuffing his face with office donuts, however. Ugh. But the Fates were not gonna let R keep fattening. They struck down the office elevator one rainy morning. Now imagine the gray lobby, the large steel elevator doors. R stands in front of them, eyes focused on the out-of-order sign. Never had 3 words formed such a desperation within this man's chest. He keeps staring at the paper, hoping the note would melt away and the elevator doors would open, bathing him in cool, filtered air and soothing jazz music. But no luck. A shadow forms over him. Deep-fried purple has rolled her way over to him. It takes her a couple of minutes to process those words. Face starts transitioning from confusion or constipation into what resembles anger, or maybe even more constipation. Sonic Girth's jowls start wobbling in the wind. R's jowls join in. Cobeef and Hambria looks at R. This is bullshit! R. Well, it's not good, but we're disabled! They can't do this! R looks back in shock. They have to get us up to the office! We can't take the stairs! It's not even possible! R's mind cracks. He tells this story with tears in his eyes. It was just like the bullshit movie breakthroughs. She was just so fucking lazy. She wasn't disabled, she was just fat. And I was almost as fat as her. Like, if I didn't change, that could be my little girl in 20 years. It scared me so fucking much. I took those goddamn stairs, and I ate a frickin' salad for lunch. Started biking with my kid, stopped stuffing my face like the world was ending. Now I'm down 40 pounds, and all it took was that fucking tub of lard. More to come. But yeah, I think that she is a walking lesson. You know what I mean? You don't want to be this, do you? No, I don't. God, no, I don't.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
She might seem like she's out there purposeless, directionless, but that's not the case at all. She has a purpose. It just, benefits everybody around her rather than her directly. She could make the change at some point, but we know that she won't. How you feel about this one, Gubbins?
Soft Chief. This story make Gubbins believe even biggest ham beast can spark fire in weak man heart. Gubbins.
Weak man heart? He's no longer a weak man, though. He took the stairs every day. Goes biking with this little girl. That's all it takes, man. I take my kids on a walk every day. It's very important. Not just for the family bonding, but also to get out there, move your legs, and establish this as a thing that we do as a family. We all want to be healthy, right? Some days I don't want to, but too bad. You just do it until it falls into routine. So indeed, good stories all. We're going to move into the third and what I believe is the final part of Hamthrax from this OP. Oh, that's so sad. But hey, if you enjoyed this content and want to see something else like it, we're on Spotify, iTunes, basically everywhere if you were to check us out on podcast services. Then you can listen to ReddX at work in secret or get your boss hooked on it. That'd be cool too. Anyway, let's get into that third story. Secondhand Hamthrax 3, License to Fill. Stop reading, you skinny bitch. This story is for people with serious conditions. Don't forget the trimmings. Secondhand Hamthrax 1 and 2. Yeah, we did all that. I appreciate you, though. Hey! You all have been keeping up your figures nicely. Yeah, I know. I just wanted to say also that this sub and all of you make my day. I'm having a pretty shitty job situation happening at the moment, and you guys just cheer me up so much. But on to the Hamthrax. This one's a little heavier, aren't they all? So I'm just going to leave a tag here just to make sure that everyone's good. This story contains possibly triggering discussions of the war waged by a fat see you next Tuesday against a person with disordered eating. That being said, the rest of you, please keep hands, feet, jimmies inside the cart at all times. Snacks are provided, of course. Yeah, hit me with an extra bag of them peanuts. I'm gonna say it's for my kid, but it's actually for me.
Did you know? Peanuts are called peanuts because pea is stored in the nuts.
BS! Office intern. 20, female, 5'5", around 100 pounds. Suffer from disordered eating. Have bulimia with some anorexic tendencies. Hate body. Deny food as punishment. In therapy, slowly easing into recovery. Take packed lunches to work to feel safer. Meticulously weighed out, separated food. Keep in mind, this is not S speaking, but rather a coworker who knew her. According to coworker, S tried really hard to hide her eating habits, but in a close work environment, well, it all kind of came out. Everybody else, asterisk, and you know why there's an asterisk there, in that office tried really hard not to call out her physique or her eating habits, as it's kind of obvious how awkward and painful that would be. Well, turn back now if you don't want to be infuriated. Last warning. On the first day of S's internship, be Hamthrax. Oh, no, I won't ever! Gelatinous amalgam of basically everything wrong with today. Burst into the office at 10 a.m., as usual. Sweaty, disgusting. Also about 2 hours late. Shocking! Also carrying bags and bags of food. Getting ready to shout to the heavens about discrimination and being late because this fat-shaming company makes her come to work. God damn it, company. Be derailed by commotion. New intern. Everyone come and meet S. Perspective shift. Thank Yeezus. Boy, that Yeezus thing didn't age well.
Yeezus, the most exciting record so far. A song so catchy, most people won't even remember the lyrics.
BS. Nice coworkers meander over, say hi. S greets all of them. Starts feeling nauseated. Does anyone smell that? Did someone toss a dirty diaper into a stew of boiled feet? No? Oh, great. It's just the BG genetics. Those genetics are scoring a lot lower than a B, let me tell you that. Who is this? New intern. S. Meet butthole scarfers. S is shocked that her nightmares have manifested into real life and are now lunging at her. She looks like a toddler. Who's starving you, girl? S is catatonic. Nuh-uh, if you want to get a man, you need to get on this kind of level. The dandy warthog starts rubbing her thighs. Entire tri-state area is put on a forest fire alert. S is mortified, escapes to a different corner of the office to do, I don't know, stupid intern things. Fath ain't no more spends the entire day tromping around the office screaming about real women. What an idiot. Hell of a way to introduce yourself there, dum-dum. Like, S, it could have been a good friend situation, but immediately you're just like, I hate you because you look like how I want to look like.
You're insecure.
Well, she's going through her own struggles too there, dude. Maybe you can, exchange notes or something like that. It's never gonna happen now. You burnt the entire fucking bridge day one. Oh well! Anyway, continuing on. This story is called Boys, Boys, Boys. Fast forward about a month. S is coming in on a semi-regular basis, getting death glares from Weezer for really no reason. I mean, she exists and reminds Hamthrax of how fat she is. Thin privilege is being stared down by a rhino while simply trying to photocopy some documents. All poor S wants to do is finish filing without being eaten. And then the copier jams. Nick is nearby and helps her out. S is tired and frustrated with the machine. Nick rattles around the copier and fixes it for her, asks her if everything's all right. S tells him she feels really overwhelmed with the amount of work that she has between this and her 2 other paid jobs. Need to come up with tuition for next semester and isn't sure she'll make it. And pats her on the back and reassures her. Tells her he's free after work if she wants to talk. And this was the cardinal mistake. The last straw for an outsider who happened to be watching them. I mean, we all know what Nick and S are trying to get up to. Me personally, I don't shit where I eat, but he's willing to take a big fat dump, so step back and let him, you know? But Hamthrax has to make time to be jealous, I guess. A certain planet with a desk inside of the copier. A certain planet indeed was waiting and watching. You see, the predatory part of the human mind is always waiting. When you're a creature with an inescapable addiction to food, this sort of behavior comes pretty naturally. S had attracted the wrath of this creature as soon as her non-rotund, pretty self walked into the office. Big Country had been waiting for S to get close to one of her men. Now S was gonna feel that wrath, all 42-fold. Fit another band joke in there, 42-fold death punch. Gets up from the desk. Computer's broken again. And looks at counting cows with all the contempt that he can manage. Hamthrax, we've been through this. Go ask the people who are in charge of that. Why? You too busy talking to the office anorexic? What? What? And an S stare as Icky Pop flounces back to her desk. Computer appears to be fine. Nick starts to say something to the beast. S pats his arm and just walks away. Yeah, I guess after a month, you learn, you know, you can't fix stupid. That's fine. You want to be an idiot for the rest of your life? Carry on.
You can do whatever the you want to do.
Our third story is called The Cookie Incident. Some office drone brings in cookies for some other office drone's birthing day, and all rejoice. No one rejoices louder than the flaming hips, of course. Everyone takes 1 or 2. Salt and Pepper Chips takes one look at the pastries, and you know what she has to do. Those poor cookies had been imprisoned, yearning for freedom from their plastic package. Milk Shakira zeroes in on the package, happy to scoop up every last crumb into her bottomless pit. Her hand is about an inch from them when she hears something that, as unbelievable as it might seem, stuns her. Slow motion occurs. S is shaking her head and saying, "Oh, thank you," to the cookie. The XXLs can't let this kind of straight-up cookie prejudice pass. Take a cookie! You need it! You're an anorexic! This paralyzes S, of course, and tears start forming. You're not even a real woman, you're just a goddamn stick! White Castles grabs the cookies and starts shoving them towards S, literally chases the girl around with them. S looks mortified and screams, No, stop! Entire office starts pushing the beast back. Boyfriend grabs the manager. By that time, S has run into the bathroom and refused to talk about it. Coworkers try to tell manager what happened, amongst screams of, They're lying! It's about my curves! Manager has a talk with After the Fiery Hot Cheetos and gets an official reprimand. S refuses to talk about it. Cheese Whiz Khalifa is gonna make this girl snap, and really it's just a matter of time. I'll be pleased to see it. The day she walks into the office with a Kalashnikov, I'll be like, alright!
Remember, no fashion.
Also, I probably should have called in sick today. Anyway, this story is called End. A week passes, office is tense, probably because Extra Sugar Ray has chosen today to wear her favorite black stretch, lol, miniskirt. NASA calls to commandeer the fabric to use in their space launches, as it is clearly indestructible. Soft Crab Cell feels all sorts of sexy today, especially the nauseating kind. Saunters over to different workstations, bothering the piss out of people. Tries to sit on boyfriend's desk and almost breaks the keyboard. Frickin' lol. Boyfriend threatens to call the manager. Wall of Voodoo pouts and begins to move on. But that keen beatus eye spots something. Her rolls quiver in displeasure. Nick is once again talking to S. How dare that skinny bitch talk to people? Rihama marches over, ready to fuck shit up. Opens her jowls to release her cattle cry, and S stands up. Shut up! The beast is confused. Starts to howl, but S is not having it. Shut up! I said I'm done with this! What'd you say to me, you skinny bitch? S grabs an open bottle of soda off a nearby desk and drenches Hamthrax with it. Fat can't actually understand what's going on and starts to cry. S stares her down through crocodile tears. Sonic Youths runs to the manager like a toddler, trips like a fat fuck, gets up and resumes the show. Bursts in on a board meeting, gets yelled at by the managers, cries, drags them back to S. All the coworkers tell manager that Neil Diabetes spilled the soda on herself. So S walks away victorious. Self-esteem plus 10. S did end her internship within the next couple of weeks and rode off into the sunset and recovery. Outfast tries to slurp soda off of the wet shirt. Fat logic. Fat logic never changes. That's perfectly good soda in that shirt. Those are calories right there. Why don't you start just like licking your desk clean for the extra 8 calories? Because that's about the point that we're getting to, okay? It's probably not just 8 calories on her desk. She got Cheeto crumbs all in the keyboard and whatnot. But I'm not trying to give her any tips. What I will say is I'm proud of S coming into her own. It's not easy when you're, young and smaller than the people that are trying to bully you. Gubbins probably does know something about that. What say you about this tale, my friend?
Soft, Chief. Even smallest stick can poke mighty beast in the eye. Proud of Lils, Gubbins.
Yeah, proud of Lils. I definitely do think she deserves a poke in the eye. That's what I know. That's the very least of what she deserves. Poke both eyes out. Then she'll have to use her nose to navigate. She'd probably be pretty good at that too. But yeah, indeed, that's the official wrap of Hamthrax, and I hope that you did enjoy it, friends. I mentioned podcast services. I didn't mention Fourth Wall. We got our merch over there. Patreon, YouTube memberships to support us every month. I'd be so appreciative. Lastly, of course, friends, I just want to remind you that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, bye-bye.
Thank you for calling ReddX Industries. Your call is very important to us. Please hold on the line while we decontaminate the lab.